Two guys in the same spot is a no-no. That is the first rule they tell you in the passing game. You have to have spacing and separation to affect defenders all over the field.
Yeah, particularly down there in the red zone where everything gets so tight. You want to make sure you displace the field and you have opportunity for the quarterback to make the proper read.
So what was your best throw?
Screen pass, man.
Oh, I hear you.
Younghoe Koo, who hit 2 field goals last week from 38 and from 27, hits this one to put Atlanta on the board early. A time-consuming, a productive drive. Atlanta leads early, 3-0 in San Diego.
Monday on NFL Total Access, you've got quarterback questions. David Carr's got quarterback answers. Plus, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year Devin Bush live. Monday, 7 Eastern.
Super Bowl 53 championship t-shirts, jacket, and official hat. The same ones the players wear on the field as they hoist the Vince Lombardi trophy. Don't miss out. Shop now and get free shipping. NFLshop.com.
Hey, Sticks, you playing football this year? Let me get back to you. What about you?
Should have drove over anything else?
Sure, try me.
You ain't never heard a voice like this.
I dig it.
Cool. Let me get the mic.
Mike?
That's what I'm trying to say, Rick. Whoa!
Sticks, I knew you would bring it. They're bringing it. How about you? What do you bring?
So Atlanta's still looking for its first touchdown of this young season. They'll take the 3, though, on the opening drive. Chew up more than half the first quarter. And it's a 3-0 game. Our Sky Cam brought to you by Wheels Up, how Maurice Jones-Drew is getting home tomorrow.
That's right.
They have 3 tickets. Philip Nelson, the quarterback, here for Mike Martz, week 2. He did not start last week. Mike Bercovici did. He got benched after a hard hit and 3 picks. And now it's Nelson, who is a 3rd-round draft pick, the 24th quarterback taken overall.
Yeah, you know, Nelson came in last week and run the offense there in the 4th quarter. It was a tough situation to be in, but he had some production, and he threw the ball on time. He avoided a rush, stepped through the pocket, and that's what Coach Martz likes.
And he opens it up by handing it to Jaquan Gardner, who gets out of 1 tackle but does not have a lot of room to run. Gets maybe a yard. He had 55 yards last week. The running back out of Humboldt Sanders. Look at the lineup, bottom of your screen here, for San Diego. Damian Mama from USC there at left guard. Mentioned Gardner. Cameron Kelly's a 2-way player, former DB for San Diego State, one of 8 Aztecs on this San Diego roster.
You wear number 32, bro?
Yeah, Coach, I did.
Okay.
You know what?
I just thought, I didn't know if it was related.
I was going to tell you something, Coach. I think there's something special with Gardner here. Low center of gravity. The game of football is all about leverage. And at the end of the day, if you're lower than everyone else from the beginning, you have a chance to win.
With the play clock at 6, San Diego is going to burn a timeout. They get a yard on 1st down to 2nd and 9, and then can't get lined up, can't get the play in for 2nd down. Right back here, 3-0 early.
Need a change of scenery? Kayak searches hundreds of travel sites, even our competitors, so you can be confident you're getting the right flight at the best price. Kayak. Search one and done.
Our new hot, fresh breakfast will get you the readiest. Holiday Inn Express. Be the readiest.
I got a million ways to get it. Choose one.
Choose one.
Hey, bring it back, bring it back. Now double your money and make it stack.
This ride has no resolution. There's no finish line. No end goal. No award ceremony. So ask yourself, how far will you go with nothing holding you back? Peloton.
NFL Network continues its celebration of Black History Month.
Our kids need to see somebody that went through what they went through. You teach them to appreciate what they have.
I try to use football as a platform. I believe there's all types of ways to serve people.
I just want to show kids, if you work hard, you will be rewarded, regardless of where you come from or if your family has money or not.
Jim Brown was a great man who just also happened to play football.
My strength was unbending.
NFL Network's celebration of Black History Month continues Friday at 8.
Mike Martz from San Diego, James Madison High School, Mesa College, former head coach of the Rams, won a Super Bowl as an offensive coordinator, now back at home and coaching.
And Mike Martz is just a great offensive mind. Had the opportunity to coach against him quite a bit, and just a good friend. It's really great for these young guys to be coached by somebody like him.
Mike Martz opens the game by running the ball twice. How about that? And there is your guy. It is not MJD. It is Jaquan Gardner, similar stature, same number, and a gain of 8.
First of all, that number 32 is amazing.
It is, isn't it?
And Gardner's making it looking even better the way he's cutting and following his blockers. Now, he had a little penetration there, but was able to stay on his feet and use his blocker to get outside and get around and get a great gain there. And that's what you need to help a young quarterback out, Coach. You know this. A running game is his best friend.
Every time we see that third down marker go down in those 2 and 3s and 1s, you got to feel better about it as an offensive football team.
Terrell Watson, the back that you had, and Cincinnati checks into the game. Instead, though, they're going to hand it to the receiver on the end around, and that is Brian Brown out of Richmond. They needed only 1. He gets 2 out of bounds and a first down here for San Diego.
Terrell Watson broke all of Christian Okoye's college rushing records. A big, strong player. We had him in Cincinnati, went up to Cleveland, spent some time with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So he kind of liked that AFC North a little bit.
Well, I think the AFC North liked him because they love big backs. That's why they didn't draft me, Coach. And I'm going to ask you, why didn't I get a look in Cincinnati?
You know what? I'll have to go back and check that out.
You're still mad you fell to the second round. Run over the left side. It's Gardner again, his 3rd carry of the day, and he gets 4.
Yeah, we have 2 former Bengals in there. Jeff Luke, who played at University of Cincinnati, spent some time with us in camp. And then on the other side, we just talked about Terrell Watson. But Jeff Luke, the middle linebacker, Kevin Cross feels really good about what he's bringing to defense. And defensive coordinator Louis Chofie, who was also on our Bengals coaching staff.
Jeff Luke wearing number 50 in the middle of that lineup. Middle of that line, I beg your pardon. Linebacker, middle linebacker for Cincinnati. I'm sorry, for Atlanta, formerly of Cincinnati.
But I love the way San Diego's starting the game. You have Damian Mama, who's one of the biggest guys I've ever seen in my life, right? Going downhill, leaning on these guys. You have your offensive line going forward. They'll help protect your young quarterback, but you're also leaning on that running game again. Continue to get in those 3rd and 3rd and 3. You have a great opportunity, a high probability of getting this.
Well, Gavin Escobar from San Diego State, who played a long time, had a couple great looks in the National Football League, also came up big last week as a 3rd down receiver.
He's number 89. That ball is going to be picked off, however, just lofted it up in the air, and Carlos Merritt from Campbell had that fall right into his hands. As easy a pick as you will get.
You just can't throw the ball up here. All Merritt does here is just slide outside and just wait on the ball. He sees everything play out, slides outside, covers up, and you have a guy streaking right down the middle of the field. It was a blown coverage. Just felt a little pressure there.
Well, we talked in the opening about some of the flood concepts that Coach Martz likes in their passing game. And then you saw 4 strong. You had 4 offensive receivers on that right-hand side of the offensive formation attacking the defense.
San Diego turned the ball over 3 times, 3 picks last week, plus a muff punt, plus 6 sacks. Here's the first turnover of the day, and Sims gets it back, sudden change, and fires a rocket to Monte Crockett on the sideline for 25.
Andrew, Maurice and I get excited after we see a turnover, when that offense comes out and strikes fast and they throw the ball down the field. We like that, Maurice usually likes to run it first, but I say you take the shot early.
Yeah, I always like to give them something they're not ready for, then take the shot on 2nd down. But Sims here with a great throw right to the body of his receiver. No hard catch. He can get 2 feet in. Doesn't even have to do the Tony toe tap. Just get 2 feet in and get out of bounds.
Good job, Crockett, getting those 2 feet down. The toe drag, if you will. Swag, perhaps, and he gets it into the red zone inside the 19-yard line for Sims as he takes a shot up the seam. It's caught. It is a touchdown for Malachi Jones. 28-yard score and Atlanta's first touchdown of the year.
But when you throw those type of passes between the corner and the safety, it has to hit the receiver square in the number so he could be big enough to handle the ball. If you throw it low, it's going to be a tough hit there. Sims just puts the ball right where it needs to be. His receiver makes a really good catch here and takes the contact.
You know, all the offensive coaches I've ever been around always talk about put it up on his eyes. And you see a great job by Matt Sims there, putting it up on Malachi Jones's eyes. And he does a nice job making the contested catch here.
Took a hit from Moeller and held on. In the alliance, you must go for two. So Wadley is in the backfield now. And Sims flips it. That ball is loose. And that's a failed try. Incomplete pass.
Early on the field was an incomplete forward pass. The two-point conversion is no good.
Like to know how to fix a broken joint and make it as good as new without messy glue or exposed screws? Get the Craig Joinery System and create rock-solid wood joints as good or better than new. All you need is a drill and our Craig jig to perfectly position hidden pocket holes for ultra-strong joints without messy glue or exposed screws. A Craig jig will pay for itself fixing chairs, drawers, frames, and more. Craig offers a 90-day money-back guarantee. Get your Craig jig at craigtool.com or at these and other fine retailers.
Well, it's time to switch car insurance.
Hey, I think we have a winner. Amica Car Insurance.
Wasn't Dave at the office talking about some great company?
Amica is crushing it with customer reviews.
Why do squirrels run back and forth like that? Pick a direction.
Look at all these discounts.
Amica, that was the company.
I know who we should call for car insurance. Call Amica now and get ready for a unique experience. We'll ask more questions and guide you to the right decision. Welcome to Amica. This is helpfulness insured.
I wanted to play football since I was like 3 years old. My family has been like everything to me. I'm out there playing for my son.
I use him as my motivation.
There you go.
Combine is make or break for me.
I always love the game. I want to do this forever.
For the first time in the history of pro sports, here's the app as fast as every player in the game. The Alliance app delivers revolutionary technology, real-time play-by-play gaming, instant interactivity, truly a game changer. Get the Alliance app today. Live predictive gaming at full speed. Call the plays. Unprecedented and at your fingertips. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
Wide open every time.
And the Alliance app is #1 now in both Google and the Apple Store. If you download it, now there are all sorts of Easter eggs hidden inside it. See what you can find and enjoy. I was playing with it before the game got started. Truly great stuff. Revolutionary. Fun. Play along with us as you watch this game here. A game that has Atlanta leading 9-0 already early. 11 plays in San Diego territory for the Legends. San Diego, 6 total plays and 1 interception as Philip Nelson is now back for his second series. He's going to tuck it and he's going to run. And Nelson, who ran for 10 yards last week, gets 15. They want a flag at the end, and there it is.
Yeah, you know, Philip Nelson, like you mentioned, Andrew, he took off and ran on a nice scramble last week, picked up a first down, and kept the drive alive. And here he does going again. You know, he's got some athleticism and makes a decision and makes a positive, very positive play. You tack on to 15 after that.
The one thing is you got to get down way before he slid. Slide early because, again, you have guys caving all around you. We don't want you to go down in this situation and lose this opportunity that you have to be the starting
on the play for unnecessary roughness.
You know,
Khalil Bass hit him. They picked the flag up.
I like that, Andrew. You know, he's sliding. The quarterback slid late. He's coming in. He doesn't know whether the quarterback's going to slide or not. You know, I'm in favor of that.
You used to play quarterback, Coach.
I
what
know,
side you're on.
Both sides. You got to let them play football. This is football still.
It's going to give him a first down without the extra yardage tacked on. 39-yard line. A play fake and a rollout. Nelson looks downfield, and it's dropped in and out of the hands of Owusu. He had it.
Well, Francis Owusu out of Stanford, you have an opportunity to catch this ball and make a play. You have to do that. You know, every play in the AAF is a line on your resume.
It's a try.
Yeah.
It's a try. It's a rehearsal.
And so there goes the one opportunity. You may not catch a ball ever again. The quarterback may not throw you the ball again. You may get covered the rest of the game. You just have to make every catch. It's special.
We keep saying that, Maurice, that this is what this is. This is live tryouts. This isn't football in shorts.
Nelson on second down. This one is caught, and that is good for a first down. It's the former San Diego State Aztec Cameron Kelly to midfield.
Cameron Kelly, a big physical player. You see him coming back to get the football, making the contested catch there. Great tight coverage there by the Atlanta Legends on that play.
Well, I love the throw, too. It was with conviction. So many times these quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks, don't throw the ball. They second-guess themselves. So you throw it with conviction there.
First down midfield. Nelson, again, a drop. This time Nelson Spruce out of Colorado. A guy that left Colorado as the NCAA's all-time leader in receptions.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked, Andrew, because when we called the games for the Los Angeles Rams, Spruce didn't drop anything. And then this is an easy catch. He's coming back to the ball. It touches his hands. You got to be able to hold on to that.
A couple of years ago, it looked as if Nelson Spruce was going to make the Rams in training camp, had a knee injury. The Rams' first year back in Los Angeles. Has not stuck on an NFL roster. He can play, though. That was an uncharacteristic run. 2 minutes to go now, first quarter. And the little guy, Gardner, the 5'7" running back, gets a gain of 5 to the 45.
All right, it's a good shot of this. I know this is one of the plays that, those downhill running plays you running backs get excited about. You see the isolation play on the linebacker as we work up into it. You see him lead up on the linebacker. There was a good positive run. They had this a couple of times last week in their football game.
He found a way to get skinny, Coach, between the tight end and the offensive line blocking.
It's Escobar who had the block to clear the way on the run. Escobar now lines up wide. That one's incomplete, and there is the flag intended for Brian Brown.
Good job, y'all. Good job.
The DB's out there getting a little handsy, Coach.
Holding defense, number 22. 5 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
They're going to get Dwayne Hollis.
We're going to see it here. They're going to run what we call an angle route. You just get a little handsy in there. You got to let him go. If he crosses your face, he crosses your face. But you can't grab that upfield shoulder and try to pull to stay to your leverage.
We'll see a lot more Dwayne Hollis today with Duran Grant, the former Ohio State defensive back and the former Pittsburgh Steeler, inactive with a groin injury. Had a good game last week. There's Dantes Ford in motion on first down for Nelson. Dumps it over the top, and there is Gavin Escobar. He has a first down inside the 30, down to the 25. Tackled by Desmond Lawrence at a gain of 15.
I remember playing the Dallas Cowboys and Gavin Escobar being that second tight end to Jason Witten. A big body guy who can catch and run the ball. We'd love to see him use him a little bit more.
Interference, offense, number 12. 10 yards from the previous spot.
Now we see why he was so wide open.
Dantes Ford called for offensive pass interference.
It was a little more than a rub here. You have your receiver's going to come in and pick off this guy here. Just a little more of a rub, Coach. That's all. It wasn't no harm, no foul.
You gotta turn around and show yourself to the quarterback. Act like you're trying to do something.
Gavin Escobar, though, has great ability, great receiver of the football. We had him in Cincinnati and worked out a couple of times. You got to like his athleticism.
It's now first and 20. They back him up to midfield. That one's caught by Kelly. Not a lot of room to run. Jeff Luke is there, as is Khalil Bass, 52, the other linebacker. Gain of 6.
When you get into these long down and distances, second and long, third and long, you're allowing this front four for Atlanta, the Atlanta Legends, to get after you a little bit, and that's tough for any offensive line.
It really is, and what the Atlanta Legends have to do is they have to mount some kind of pass rush today. Thus far, Nelson has been very clean in the pocket.
You see the light rain coming down, kind of a miss. There is a guy that you used to coach, Marvin, Terrell Watson, with the carry over the left side to the 40. A gain of 4 to bring up a third and long, which we will do at the beginning of the second
This is the end of the
quarter.
first quarter. Timeout. on the
Atlanta
field.
has a lead, 9-0. Finally get a touchdown and leading on the road in San Diego. The final game, week 2 of the Alliance. Matt Sims taking a hit, but he's thrown a touchdown. We have a pick. Great start early, 1 quarter in the books.
The Run Rich Run movement is back. Rich Eisen is running the 40 to benefit St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, and so can you. Upload your 40 with hashtags Run Rich Run and St. Jude to give all kids a chance to play 60 minutes a day. For more information, go to NFL.com/runrichrun. Run the 40. Make a donation and a difference in the lives of St. Jude's kids. And tune in to the Scouting Combine on NFL Network.
The most important thing is our kids and our community.
Chicago has been hit with a major spike in gun violence.
We kind of tag teamed and said, all right, let's do something.
When I heard the stats about literacy by 4th grade being a big marker for success, I was sold.
It's really about bridging that gap with the law enforcement.
It's about laying a foundation to be able to create change and be able to change lives.
Our kids need to see somebody that look like them, that went through what they went through.
Do it like it's 4th and inches. Every play is 4th and inches.
Today I'm here to celebrate the Lone Star Rangers and head coach Jeff Raber.
Hey, Dak, you want to toss a few? Oh, there it is. Dak to Joe. That's the money ball right there.
1, 2, 3, Rangers! Hey, let's play football. Good luck this year.
Appreciate it. You too.
Starting the second quarter here in San Diego at SDCCU Stadium. You see the stats, an offensive explosion, if you will, already. Atlanta with 9 points on the board. Marvin Lewis, Maurice Jones-Drew, Andrew Siciliano, only 6 last week, and only 6 last week as well for San Diego. Philip Nelson here, opening up the second quarter. Hard count, got Atlanta to jump, looks like.
Andrew, I think the receiver jumped at the bottom of the screen as well.
Before the defense entered the neutral zone, false start, offense, number 14, 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
Did you hear Nelson go, what?
Yes.
That's one of the things as a coach, either side of the football, Maurice, those mental errors like that to just drive you crazy, and they make it hard on you. Now we got a second down and have an opportunity here where they're moving the football, and now we're backed up a little bit.
So it's a 3rd and 15 as the rain is really coming down. Now they need the 30. Nelson takes a deep drop. And throws it into traffic, and he almost got it picked off. Almost had it picked off. Wanted Nelson Spruce, Dwayne Hollis, and Ed Reynolds, the former Browns and Eagles safety.
Well, Nelson Spruce here needs to be able to catch his ball. He ends up squeaking through the 2 defenders. He does a good job of getting open. You just have to come down with it. Everybody misses the ball. It hits you right in the hands. You got to catch that.
Well, good job again. You see them. You see the San Diego team move in the pocket, giving him an opportunity to get out in the way. And Ed Reynolds coming over, who played, started games in Cleveland, has had good experience in National Football League, coming over and having an opportunity to help disrupt the play.
Fair catch there on the Sam Irwin-Hill punt. The NFL Combine's right around the corner. The next generation of NFL stars are ready to make a name for themselves at this year's NFL Scouting Combine. Only NFL Network is there live for you. Complete coverage, wall-to-wall of the 2019 NFL Scouting Combine. Starts Friday, March 1st, only right here on NFL Network. Matt Sims, a guy that went to the Combine, and you mentioned the layoff. Alex did. When we went back to the studio, Matt Sims had the longest layoff of any quarterback to start in the league. 7 years since he last started a game. Hands it to Folston here on first down. Talked to Sims this week, guys. He knew they could play better, thought, though, that they played better than maybe the stats indicated last week. He struck me clearly as a guy, I hate to use the cliche, that has a chip on his shoulder, but he wants to prove that he does deserve an opportunity.
I agree, Andrew. I really felt like he wants to have this opportunity. He's very calm about this moving forward.
Here we go. Green 80. Green 80.
On It's 2nd and 5. Folston again, hit in the backfield.
Here we go.
And dropped. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
With the way the rain's coming down, you're kind of seeing a more conservative effort from this offense, trying to just run the ball. Because when you do throw the ball in the rain, it's a little slippery thing. Bad things happen when the ball's tipped in the air. And so I feel like you want to still be a little bit more aggressive with Sims. He's a veteran guy. Throw the ball down the field. Let him win this game with his arm.
After this play, I'll share a little story what Coach Spurrier would say about that rain.
3rd and 4. They are 3 of 4 on 3rd down. He had a guy in his face, and he got rid of it. Couldn't do much. Wadley had it. Wadley's hit by Jordan Martin out of Syracuse, and it's 4th down.
Jordan Martin's been all over the field, Coach.
Yeah, he's had a nice start to this football game. Coach Spurrier used to say that year I spent with Coach Spurrier in Washington in 2002. A little bit of rain is good, because it makes the tackiness come up on the football. This might be a little bit much right here, right now.
I think Coach, this seems like a lot of rain coming down. And I know, playing those type of games in Florida, when it rains like this, everything is slick.
Yes.
By the way, you have more Steve Spurrier stories than just that one. Cameron Nizelak, the former Georgia punter, is on, and he's going to stand with that rain coming down on his own goal line. The play clock's at 0.
Delay of game, kicking team. Half the distance, go to goal. It's 4th down.
Well, we saw a substitution error there where the Atlanta Legends were short a player. You saw the player run in late.
Penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot.
They've got off to a great start. You don't want to have these kind of mental issues really affect field position, because you want to make this San Diego Fleet offense have to go the full field.
So Larry Marvin, the defensive coordinator. Wrong sideline. Nizelak back into his end zone, throws that towel down as it is a downpour. And this is going to be returnable. It's Ron Brooks. Brooks across the 45 after a 53-yard booming punt out of his end zone. But good field position for San Diego. See what the Fleet can do in the rain. Coming up.
Hey guys, next round's on me.
Go. No lawnmowers. Sell it and let go for money.
Stuff for money? Weird.
Yeah, pretty weird.
Live and let go. Need a change of scenery? Kayak searches hundreds of travel sites and lets you filter by takeoff time, layovers, and more, so you can be confident you're getting the right flight at the best price. Kayak. Search one and done.
Welcome to the 100th season of the National Football League.
What's up, Juju?
Tonight is not about the league. Tonight is about football. It's about the players. It's about the fans.
B. Boy, this is a great party.
He's open.
Russ?
Yes.
So all month long, the Alliance is spearheading Touchdown for Team Rubicon. For every touchdown scored in every game in February, the Alliance is going to donate $1,000 to Team Rubicon, a veteran-led nonprofit that helps communities recover after a natural disaster. Find out more, join the effort at aaf.com/donate. Had 1 touchdown so far. Hopefully see some more. Jaquan Gardner in the backfield here. Good field position after a 53-yard punt out of the end zone for Philip Nelson. And the hand to Gardner. Gets by Barnes in the backfield, and now Gardner gets upfield close to a first down.
Jaquan Gardner, another great job running behind his pads like that, Maurice. He's a really patient runner with great vision.
This is the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen T.J. Barnes be in the backfield. Now, I played with Barnes in Jacksonville in 2013, And he was a 380-pound guy that Coach Gus Bradley tried to find a way to get on the team because of such his athletic ability. But numbers happened, Coach. And he went on to play for the Jets and other teams as well.
T.J. Barnes, 93 in the middle of that line, ball on the floor. Nelson picks it up and gets a first down out of it. So there, a botched exchange turns into a first down. Gain of 4.
Sometimes as a player, everything's not going to work well. You're going to drop the snap. But I love just the wherewithal, understanding the whole situation. Like, I got to get this ball, and the first down's right here. Let me make a move and try to get there.
Didn't panic
at all.
It's amazing how some of the players, Juwan Gardner was with the 49ers in training camp, and they fit the style of those coaches, that zone scheme.
Wet ball out there with the rain coming down. Nelson gets to snap cleanly this time, hands to Gardner going over the left side. Gardner's an interesting guy. We talked about the size before, 5'7". Was in Niners camp last year. He had over 6,200 yards from scrimmage and over 70 touchdowns, including 25 in 2015 alone.
Yeah, that's called a playmaker. I don't care how big you are, Coach. You can be 7 feet tall or 5'7". If you can score touchdowns, you can play for me.
I need you out.
They're all looking for playmakers, and he's done a great job of it and really played well in last week's football game for San Antonio.
And a perfect example of a guy that the Alliance is meant for, getting a second chance, a second look as Nelson is sacked back at midfield. It's Tracy Sprinkle out of Ohio State.
Really good. This is what I talked about a little bit earlier, the fact that I really think the Atlanta defensive football team, the Legends, has got to be able to get some pressure on Nelson. And here you see Tracy Sprinkles coming in and making a nice football play.
Split a double team there. A fundamental flaw in this offensive line for the Fleet. You have to be able to get over to help your partner if he's having trouble as a center. It doesn't happen this time.
San Diego gave up 6 sacks last week. That one is a loss of 11.
Go, set.
And it sets up a 3rd and long, a 3rd and 19. Nelson with the short one, and with the wet conditions, we're going to see a lot of that today. Dontez Ford dropped it, and that is notable because if you go to the preseason game, and last week he had caught everything thrown to him, 15 out of 15, but that's the 3rd San Diego drop today.
Well, Andrew, when it gets wet like this, you have to take your gloves off, because the gloves lose all the tack now. So you want to go out there and be barehanded because your hands are a little more sticky in that situation if you're able to wipe them off.
The other thing I noticed in that 3rd and long situation is the quarterback, Nelson, is under center. And we don't see that very much in today's football.
Sam Irwin-Hill into and through the back of the end zone. A touchback. Atlanta gets the ball back with the lead 9-0 with the rain coming down, 2nd quarter in San Diego.
Now you can buy faster and accelerate your deal on AutoTrader by putting car buying in the palm of your hand. Start your paperwork online. Choose from actual financing options and receive a real Kelley Blue Book trade-in offer to get a no-surprise monthly payment based on your information. Save time at the dealership when you start your deal online. AutoTrader. Buy faster.
Want to bring those ups to football?
Should have drove over anything else?
Sure, try me.
What about you?
Can we show how to ATL do?
Bring it that way.
Can I bring my superpowers?
Tell them. Yes.
Can I bring the heat?
Definitely bring that.
Can I bring my crew?
Bring them.
We meet again.
Hey, maybe. You ever see me? They still going crazy. Still going crazy.
They're bringing it. How about you? What do you bring?
Monday on NFL Total Access, you've got quarterback questions. David Carr's got quarterback answers. Plus, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year Devin Bush live Monday, 7 Eastern.
Our view from Skycam atop that Atlanta huddle. Skycam brought to you tonight by Wheels Up. Great angle here. You see the rain on the lens as it is coming down. Maybe not as hard as it was about 20 minutes ago, but certainly the weather has been a factor. We've seen 3 drop balls from San Diego.
We're good, we're good. 380. 380.
Sims good with Lawrence Pittman in the backfield. Nice feet there by the running back out of Wingate, and a gain of 5.
You know, right now, Coach Mark's standing on that sideline saying, how come when they have the ball, it's not raining?
Right.
And we have the ball, we got a downpour.
We don't call it, that's not called a home field advantage. Coach. Pittman here, following his offensive lineman. This is one of the toughest plays in the game for guys, young guys to see, because it's not zone. You don't get to pick a hole. You have to follow a lineman into the hole and trust that he makes the right read.
Glass, yes. Get set. 380!
Matt Sims changing the play. He's got Wingate next to him. He's going to hand it to him. And Wingate gets another carry. And Wingate gets over the right side. And his body slammed out of bounds. He's close to another first down as he's thrown down by the linebacker, Eric Pinkins. They give him the first down and a gain of 5.
There's your guy Pinkins again. All right, they gave him the first down, and great job there picking it up, and great running. Again, patience behind the blocking. So important that we see that from these runners.
Well, Fred Burden does something that we rarely see in the NFL. The center, number 64, snaps the ball, then pulls out in front and leads the running back through the hole. It's very rare to have an athletic guy that can do that.
And when you do that, it just makes the flexibility of your whole offensive front so much better.
Here we go.
Burden did. Georgia Tech center actually had Justin Thomas, the wide receiver now for Atlanta, as one of his quarterbacks.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. It's first down.
You know, we've seen this, I think, with both teams through 2 weeks here, and you're going to see this with teams that are only playing their second game. Had one training camp, only one preseason get together as well. You got to get them lined up. I mean, it's the fundamentals here that you got to get straight.
Yeah, you really have to, and the fact that you're hurting yourself with these mental errors and mental issues like this.
Also take into consideration the 35-second play clock.
380! 380 set!
On 1st and 15, Wadley out of the backfield. Got a block from his tight end, and maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. The safety, Ryan Moeller there. The linebacker, Travis Feeney, wearing 41, a gain of 6.
Well, there goes Travis Feeney showing that speed that we talked about earlier, flashing, flying around the field. That's why he was drafted to Pittsburgh. That's why he excelled at the University of Washington as well.
And with the spread offenses and how offensive football teams are spreading the field now, guys with that kind of athleticism, they're at a premium to play on defense right now.
Travis Feeney never played in a regular season game. Ran a 4.5, though, at the combine.
380!
As a linebacker.
380!
Also drafted by the A's, Major League Baseball. Sims tries to set up. Atlanta sniffs that one out. Wadley.
Well, you know, we're getting to listen to Matt Sims, and we know how much the quarterback is called upon to direct traffic, get everybody lined up and everything. Well, Matt Sims having to work overtime out here today to get these guys going with this Legends offensive team.
Again, setting up a screen, that takes years to do. You have to do it consistently for a couple months in order to get what you want out of the running back there. He's telling him to turn in, but he doesn't know what he's doing.
A.J. Tarpley sniffed it out. His final play as an NFL linebacker was an interception of Ryan Fitzpatrick. Play clock at 0. Sims gets it off, gets away from a sack, but can't get away from that one as Jalen Robinson out of Purdue drills him and takes him down.
Oh, I know Rod Woodson's excited about that. A guy from Purdue making the play. Yeah, got him a Boilermaker here. Really good job of staying with it, though. And that's part of getting sacks, is not giving up on the play. Continue to rush, being relentless with your rush. That's what you see here.
Jalen Robinson, the son of Glenn Big Dog Robinson, the former first overall pick in the NBA draft. He wore 13, his dad's basketball number at Purdue, wearing 98 here.
Well, so much you want to tell that quarterback, once you avoid, don't make a bad play worse. Go on and tuck the ball, and let's make it as positive we can protecting the football.
Niziolek on to punt, and Brooks is going to take it to the 28. Nowhere to go. Hemmed in and brought down inside the 25-yard line. One of the exciting new features in the Alliance, guys, in the first season is the fresh new look. I love the San Diego uniform. Not to take away, by the way, from the Atlanta uniform, but I love this color scheme right here. They're developed and they are provided between the Alliance and Starter. New era. Like the helmet. Nine to nothing to score. Atlanta on top of San Diego. We are in the second quarter on NFL Network. Maurice Jones-Drew, former Bengals coach. Marvin Lewis, I'm Andrew Siciliano.
This is a big possession here for the San Diego offensive football team. They got to get the amount of drive here in the first half of this football game. This could be their last possession.
And they come out in an I formation, fake it, and that goes nowhere.
And this is a very creative play, but it's just not executed well, Coach. And one of your keys to the game was execute the offense. You have to, as a receiver, block the guy on top of the receiver you're trying to get the screen to. They can't do that. Play doesn't work.
Well, the other part of that, Maurice, is the ability to count, make a defensive count. In other words, is it two people defenders over here? If they've got two defenders over here, then we need to run the toss play the other way. And right now, we're not seeing that from the San Diego offense.
It was caught by Brian Brown. The tackle was made by the corner, Desmond Lawrence out of North Carolina, number 23. Again, two in the backfield, Terrell Watson. Gavin Escobar, the tight end, who stays in the block as Nelson throws, and again, it is dropped with that rain. It's dropped by Brian Brown.
If I'm the coach on the sideline, if I'm one of the I'm like, hey, give me the gloves.
Yeah.
Put them over here.
We're taking gloves off right now.
Yeah, and we're going to catch the ball with our hands.
Yeah, we're taking the gloves off because they've dropped too many footballs in this game already. And really, they're hurting them. Now we got a 3rd and long here again, and it's difficult to convert. I don't care what level of football you're playing at.
4th San Diego drop. The rain not nearly as bad as it was a few minutes ago. Nelson 3 for 9, only 16 yards. He's going to step up in the pocket on 3rd and 11. He ran for a first down earlier, and he does it again. He's hit by Tyson Graham, but he gets enough for the first down to keep this drive alive.
Yeah, Philip Nelson again taking advantage of the defense, the opportunity as they sink back into their zones. They're in a zone defense here. You got a 5 underneath, 2 deep zone, and he takes advantage of it by running it straight up the middle.
Coach, when you can't throw the ball, go ahead and take off and run and try to get a first down and move the chains.
Well, the defensive team's got to do a much better job of staying in their lanes.
Back to Gardner on the ground. Leaves his feet, gets maybe 2 yards over the right side. Coming up on 3.5 remaining here in the second quarter. Atlanta on top of San Diego, 9-0.
They're not getting a good enough down block by their offensive linemen and tight ends to get the edge. When you run what we call a toss sweep, you want guys blocking down and guys pulling around. As a running back, when you see everyone running flat and no one going forward, you know you're in trouble.
It's 85 there, Marcus Baugh, the former Ohio State tight end. And again out of the eye, March used this a lot last week. Nelson throws low and throws incomplete. He wanted Baugh and was at his feet at the 40.
It's a lot of contact there, Coach.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of contact. Both players, though, have an opportunity to go for the football. Marcus Baugh is a really good athlete. You always see a little grab there at the top of the route there, Maurice.
A little grab, Coach. Hold on.
Come on now.
What side are you on? We're supposed to be on the same side here. We're looking at the same. That was a hold.
That was a hold.
Tyson Graham and Reynolds there. So Nelson was incomplete on 3rd and 15, incomplete on 3rd and 19. Scrambling got 12 on 3rd and 11. This is 3rd and 9, and he's going to let it go down the left sideline. And it's complete to Nelson Spruce for a first down.
Really good route there by Spruce. Finding a way to get around the DB, getting his hands off him, and going up and catching the ball. This is what you're looking for. Spruce is here in the slot, runs what we call a swirl route, gets up and around, catches the ball, and get out of harm's way, Coach.
He did a nice job, and the great thing by Philip Nelson is stepping up away from the pressure. They're reaching out. He's able to get his shoulder through him and delivers a really good football.
For a gain of 29, he got behind Merritt. Reynolds eventually the safety over there to make the tackle, force him out of bounds, and they're inside the 25-yard line now. The longest play of the day for San Diego. Nelson's under pressure, though, this time. He kind of slings it, twisting his body back the other way, and he's lucky that didn't get incomplete, or picked off, beg your pardon.
Well, it started off really bad as well, where he's stumbling out of the center, too. So he tried to gain his composure, but then the pressure's coming.
Yeah, the timing all got thrown off. Now, this is a big second down here. 2nd and 10. They've got the ball down here in the red zone. They're on the verge of getting points here, and they want to get a touchdown before halftime.
Right before the 2-minute warning here. San Diego will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. Keep that in mind. Need 14 for a new set of downs, and on the delay, that's Watson up the middle, the former Bengal across the 20, and that should take us to the 2-minute warning. So San Diego in the red zone now, trying to get the first points of the board on the game for the Fleet. Down 9-0 with 1.
This is the 2-minute warning. Time out on the field.
In the quarter.
I wanted to play football since I was like 3 years old. My family has been like everything to me. I'm out there playing for my son.
I use him as my motivation.
There you go.
Combine is make or break for me.
I always love the game. I want to do this forever.
You should be mad at leaf blowers. You should be mad your neighbor always wants to hang out.
Guess what? I got a new grill.
And you should be mad your smart fridge is unnecessarily complicated.
Make ice.
Making ice. But you're not mad because you have E-Trade, which isn't complicated. Their tools make trading quicker and simpler so you can take on the markets with confidence. Don't get mad. Get E-Trade and start trading today.
Chicago has been hit with a major spike in gun violence.
It was kind of our idea to bring everybody together.
We show unity to show that we're not being divided.
We kind of tag teamed and said, all right, let's do something.
And it was just really great to have local police here alongside our kids, alongside the Chicago Bears, to just openly talk and grow relationships with each other.
If they get to know me, then they have an example of a person who was in this community.
For the first time in the history of pro sports, here's the app as fast as every player in the game. The Alliance app delivers revolutionary technology, real-time play-by-play gaming, instant interactivity, truly a game changer. Get the Alliance app today. Live predictive gaming at full speed. Call the plays. Unprecedented and at your fingertips. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
I was using that app earlier here. The app is #1. The Alliance app is in both the Google and the Apple app stores. If you download it now, there are all sorts of Easter eggs hidden inside the app. See what you can find out and enjoy. I think Kevin Coyle has it as well. See if his defense can make a stand here, as this is an 8-play drive already in the first play, guys, in the red zone for San Diego today.
Andrew, you saw Coach Coyle out there trying to get some last-minute coaching done there, and the official had to shoo him back off the field.
First time he has been a head coach, finally, 40 years in to his career.
The clock should be at 2 minutes. Please set the clock to 2 minutes.
Oh, Andrew, you noticed that during the timeout there.
When we broke, it was 1:56. It should have stopped at 2 minutes. They did put time on the clock, but only back to 1:59.
I think it's the clock operator's first day.
Yeah. First professional football game in San Diego in 777 days.
It's good.
Chargers last game, January 1st, 2017. I had them all myself. Brian Brown in motion on 3rd and 5 again. Nelson can't get the exchange. He falls on it. They'll have a chance at a field goal, but the second time today, Nelson backed away from center without the football to off.
Atlanta really should take a timeout here so to preserve some time so they have an opportunity. They've got all 3 timeouts left here.
I've talked to both quarterbacks and centers. It's so much harder to snap the ball with a guy right over you because you have to snap it and try to fire your hands. And as a quarterback, you're trying to get out of there.
This is the first time out of the
just in
half
case you
for
get a little
Atlanta.
pressure.
Please set the clock to 1 minute and 44 seconds.
The other part of that is that
Number
if you both
69
notice,
is eligible.
quarterback Philip Nelson was under center again. So there
Number
is something
75
to this.
is eligible.
For some reason now, the San Diego on these 3rd downs has been under center.
Stay tuned, coming up at the half. Alliance All Access halftime. Alex Flanagan, Rod Woodson, Terrell Davis, Cynthia Freeland. Wild finish earlier in San Antonio. And the best of Alliance Wired.
Yeah, that Orlando-San Antonio game, boy, you had to stay tuned. You took your eyes off the TV. Somebody scored.
It's going to be a 41-yard field goal try for the former San Diego State Aztec, Donnie Hagman. Sam Irwin Hill, the punter, is the holder, and we have movement of the line.
Well, you see a little gamesmanship by the Atlanta Legends, their special teams, that shift versus the field goal team. You're down, and then you on one move they're going to shift, and they cause the the San Diego Fleet to move.
They got Terry Poole for moving early there.
Is that one of your old tricks, Coach?
Yeah, a little execution play there. We talked about it, special teams, right?
Special
When
teams.
you was in those special teams meetings.
A coach once told me, guys, he said, look, we impact games, but mostly on the losing side if we don't do our job.
This is a 46-yard attempt. Eggman hit from 47 last week. This one is good, just inside the left upright. A 46-yard field goal, his third in 2 games. San Diego still is not in the end zone, but they'll take the 3 to get to within 6.
Well, let's feel good about it, okay? We said about it when they got the ball with, 5 minutes to go, that they needed to drive and get some points. So we got to feel good about things. They nice job driving the football. They don't get the touchdown, but they're getting the ball coming out in the second half, and you got to really feel good about that.
It's all about going into halftime with momentum.
And feeling positive about things. They've got 2 timeouts. Let's see what they do. If Atlanta comes out, wants to throw it around, they can stop them. They got an opportunity for the ball back again.
Matt Sims opened this game with a time-consuming drive, marched down the field, put 3 on the board. They got a pick, punched into the end zone 2 plays later, and now, as you said, trying to get some momentum.
Who is that?
Heading to the half from the 25-yard line. They're going to open, though, on the ground.
Trips left.
Play clock at 35.
Trips left.
Keep that in mind as Wadley gets 2.
Second time out of the half for San Diego.
Yeah.
132. Please put 132 on the game clock. 132.
All right, so San Diego, Mike Martz is going to call timeout here. Second timeout for San Diego. Marvin Lewis, Maurice Jones-Drew. I'm Andrew Siciliano. Interesting to see the use of timeouts here, as we saw San Diego just took one, but this is a chance here for Matt Sims, who opened the game well in the first quarter, to, as we said, get some momentum, see if they can get a second touchdown.
I really like Coach Martz's aggressiveness here, using the timeout. Atlanta comes out, it's going to run the football, try to take it down, because they're feeling good about things, and Coach Martz wants the ball back, another opportunity to score before halftime.
Or you're on the road, you want to make sure that you try to limit exposure to that home team, because they can get momentum, and if they get going, Coach, we know Coach Mike Martz's offense can put up some points.
Gain of 2 from Wadley. It's now a 2nd and 8. San Diego down with only 1 timeout. To the flat, it's Wadley again, and he's going to get out of bounds to stop the clock at 1:27. Gain of 2. Martin and Michael are there, both with NFL experience.
Well, now it's decision time. Minute 27 on the clock. San Diego has 1 timeout left. The Atlanta do a 3rd and 6. Do we go forward and let's try and convert this? And I think the offensive team, Coach Coyle, will give him the freedom to go ahead and try and convert this. They've done a nice job on 3rd down thus far in this football game.
They're 3 for 6 on 3rd down. Need the 35-yard line, Sims. Caught Malachi Jones right at the marker. And they're going to give him the first down.
I think it was a good spot there. I think his progress, again, was ahead of the line to gain.
Malachi Jones is catching the ball with his hands, extending the drive.
Has 2 third-down conversions and a touchdown. Malachi Jones with that one. Wadley out of the backfield. Wadley makes one man miss, makes Pimpkins miss, and then gets out of bounds. So picked up a couple of extra yards and stopped the clock at 1:01.
Smart move. Maurice conserves the time, makes the guy miss, gains 4 more yards, and conserves the timeout.
Well, Coach, we know the defenders on the other side are smart, too. They know you're trying to get to the sideline. So you stop and make one guy miss, and then you get back outside, gain some yardage, help your offense out.
And get 6.
Blue 80! Blue 80!
2nd and 4. Sims up the seam. Ball up in the air and picked off by Moeller, his 2nd pick of the season. Had one last week, and here he gives San Diego a shot with 51 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
Tips and overthrows.
Tips and overthrows.
They go into cover 3. Your quarter does a good job of playing over number 2, popping the ball up, and safety right there. Johnny on the spot again.
We know that ball never seems to find the ground.
It was intended for Irvin Phillips. Curtis Michael with the hit.
Yeah, disruption there at the point. Got to come down though and make the play though.
And the 2nd turnover in our game today. 2 interceptions, 1 for each side. And now Nelson has it inside of 50 seconds to go. 1 timeout, and he almost gets that picked off. One at Owusu. Reynolds deflected it.
You know, Philip Nelson is just a touch late on these throws. You know, we've seen this a number of times now, right? When he's getting there, the ball's getting there, and the defender's getting there at the same time.
Well, Coach, you got to make sure when you're on that fifth step or that back step, you have to let it go. He's second-guessing himself again.
Yeah, he's got to anticipate and drive the football there.
Hagman's career long is 54, so potentially need to get to the 36 to get him there for that. Now, though, on his own 48. Nelson has time. Lets it go. That's complete across the 40 into Atlanta territory. That's going to be good for a first down. As it's Montez Ford with the catch. And the clock winds to 30. Nelson high and almost intercepted. Clock stops at 25. It was Graham who could not come up with it.
Well, you saw Nelson with the communication as they're getting to the line of scrimmage. You have to make sure the linemen know the protection, the running back knows what to do, and the receivers know what to do. Here, he just tries to get the ball to his back quickly. You know, sometimes you got to bring it a little bit lower. He's not Michael Jordan, Coach.
Yeah, it was a little high throw, and I was impressed with the mechanics of things, but let's go ahead and execute the throw.
That offensive execution, the first thing you wanted today from this offense. Play clock at 5. Nelson bat snap, gets it to his left, steps up in the pocket, lets it go down the sideline, and he can't hang on. Ford almost had it.
Yeah, I can tell you when Coach Martz gets this offensive football team in the locker room at halftime, the first thing he's going to attend to is the number of balls that they've had go through their hands today.
That would have been a nice catch.
Well, if you want to play in the big leagues, those are the catches you're going to have to make. Those are going to be the kind of things that make Antonio Brown and A.J. Green, Coach, obviously DeAndre Hopkins and Julio Jones, the players that they are, those are routine catches for them.
Yeah, these are big-time plays you got to make. These guys got to make these plays.
5-16 for Nelson. 18 seconds to go when they snap it. Nelson is going to get it across the 30, complete to Spruce at the 25. They have one timeout left, and they're going to burn it with 11 seconds to go.
Final timeout of the half. San Diego, 30 seconds.
I think he got the line to gain here, though, so I think we got a first down. Oh, 4th and 1.
As the runner was short of the line to gain, it's 4th down.
I thought he had it.
Well, Spruce went backwards, and that's what ends up happening. You catch the ball, you can't run backwards, but he'll be fine. Here we'll see Spruce here in the slot. You get up there, you do a great job of getting the line. Once you catch it, you just can't go backwards, Coach. You got to go forwards in that situation.
Yeah, again, he's coming back to the football. Again, the thing we talked about, the timing, just, again, account late with Phil Nelson. Get the ball there on time, drive the ball there.
And because he didn't get it, because they have to burn the time out here, they're going to send out Hagman for another field goal try. He was good earlier from 46. He's 3 for 3 on the year. This will be from 43 officially. We'll put it on the screen.
Well, you see Atlanta's going to call their timeout and go ahead and ice the kicker here. Make him think about it a little longer.
Ice the kicker, mid-50s in the rain.
Yeah, you know, make him think about it.
This is my thing, Coach, and we talked about this yesterday. Do your job.
That's what it comes down to.
It's just like golf. A nice, easy swing of the leg, hit the ball where it's supposed to go, make it. We're good to go. We go in with some momentum.
I think you got a chance to play with this guy, but Sebastian Jankowski, okay?
Yeah, I did. I played with him.
I iced him once, and he was daring me to stare down. Unfortunately, he came back and made the kick.
Or he would have come after you.
He's a competitor. No, I'll tell you
He's
what.
a big dude.
He's a competitor.
Could you have taken him?
I'd have to take him.
43-yard attempt. To make this a 9-6 game. And Hagman is right through the uprights, and it is good. He is 2 for 2 and 4 for 4, and it is a 9-6 game. Mike Martz is still looking for his first touchdown. He'll take the field goal, though, to cut it to 3. Don't forget, AAF.com has all your in-game mock scores, statistics, and leaders, anything and everything for all your AAF needs. And San Diego, remember as well, sorry guys, is going to get the ball to start the third quarter.
But you got to feel good about the early timeout by Coach Martz here leads to the field goal. And they get some more points before halftime. And that's what we talked about.
As Sims takes a knee. And Atlanta goes to the locker room with the lead 9-6 over San Diego. The Legends on top of the Fleet. But as I said, a chance for the Fleet with a little momentum here. And a field goal to get the ball back to start the third quarter and double up and maybe take the lead. Mike Martz and Philip Nelson walking to the sideline, 9-6 at the half.
The Run Rich Run movement is back. Rich Eisen is running the 40 to benefit St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, and so can you. Upload your 40 with hashtags #RunRichRun and St. Jude to give all kids a chance to play 60 minutes a day. For more information, go to NFL.com/RunRichRun. Run the 40. Make a donation and a difference in the lives of St. Jude's kids. And tune in to the Scouting Combine on NFL Network.
What an unbelievable play! Oh my goodness, this one had a little bit of everything.
It's a great day. We got football, baby.
I got you on this one.
It's a pleasure, man.
I like that.
He makes big plays.
What this guy brings is hope.
What does he need to do to win it?
That's priceless. You can't get that from a lot of people. Ready?
I'm ready to go.
He was the can't-miss football player.
I'm coming hard.
The guy has been able to do it all.
Can we talk football?
The NFL draft is officially open.
Which team gets it right tonight?
Bang! What a catch! It is all on the line.
The Patriots have won their 6th Super Bowl title.
We all talked about this. It's about finishing, you understand?
Yes, sir.
It's about finishing, all right? We got the lead. We got to build on the lead. Defense got to go out there and stop them this first drive. Offense, we got to make it a 2-score game immediately. You understand that? Yes, let's get after them. We know we can. We can move the ball up and down the field. Let's get good field position defense, set them up, get turnovers this half, and keep the pressure on.
Yes,
hey, the game is ours to win right now.
Let's go.
Right where we need to be. Let's go get it. Put it up in here. Let's go. Let's go. Legends on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Let's go to work.
Head coach Kevin Coyle looking for his first victory. His Atlanta Legends lead the San Diego Fleet 9-6 at the half. Marvin Lewis, Maurice Jones-Drew. I'm Andrew Siciliano. I know this looks odd. They said stand on the box. I'm really not this tall. I feel better.
Thank
Coach
you,
asking you what you thought of the first half now that I'm standing down here.
Maurice feels better about that, I know.
Thank you.
I did that for you, buddy.
But Coach Kevin Coyle there, we got an opportunity to listen in, and that's where we were last week in the game. They've got to have a great second half here. They've got to play better on defense than they did, finish this football game out, and score touchdowns.
Yeah, for the Fleet, it's about finishing in the red zone, guys. You've done a great job of gathering the momentum going into half. Now when you get in the red zone, don't kick field goals, score touchdowns. That's how you win games in this league.
San Diego and Mike Martz, obviously a man known for scoring points, has yet to get the ball in the end zone yet. First half stats brought to you by the Air National Guard. As we see those numbers, San Diego's moved the ball on the ground, but only 60 yards through the air. Actually, the Fleet has the advantage in total yards, but Atlanta does have that one touchdown. Sims to Malachi Jones.
That's probably the biggest thing we say here in the Alliance League, season thus far, is the fact that Coach Martz's San Diego Fleet are yet to score an offensive touchdown.
Can't have that as an offensive coach.
Well, I know it's you can see it's eating at him.
It is eating at him, certainly. We talked earlier in the pregame, and we saw it last week as well. He has thrown the kitchen sink, so to speak, his entire offense at Philip Nelson and at Mike Bercovici last week. Let's see if they can get it going here. Doubling up. Had the field goal right at the end of the second quarter and opening here on the 25-yard line to start the third, and Nelson is going to loft it long on the first play of the quarter, intended for Brown, and he gets the flag. Desmond Lawrence on the coverage.
I think if we could have listened to Coach Martz's halftime, we would have still him talking about let's go attack.
Pass interference, defense, number 23. Ball's placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
You saw Lawrence as well pointing to his left leg. He took his helmet off as he went to the turf, and now he's getting checked out. Hope that left leg's okay.
Atlanta's already down a corner tonight, and Dorian Grant from Ohio State. We talked about him earlier in the game, who's been played NFL football, and now you lose Desmond Lawrence. So now we're going to call on Carlos Merritt, Dwayne Hollis, and Damian Swan.
Well, Coach, guys, that's a veteran play there by Lawrence. He pulls up into the route while the ball's in the air. He just grabs the receiver to limit the big play. I'll take the PI over a touchdown with you on the ground holding your leg.
Yeah, there was a big play. It was an eminent, as they would say, that was about to occur.
Lawrence was actually flagged for a PI last week for 46 yards that led to a score. Here's another PI to open up the third quarter, but you got to like what Martz is doing. He's taking a shot right out of the gate.
They're coming out being aggressive. They've got to, score touchdowns.
Or get a 31-yard PI, they'll take that as well.
Well, that's what you want to do is the quarterback get the ball up in the air. It's us or we get PI.
Stretch the field, which is what Nelson did there. Started at Minnesota, ended up in East Carolina, here now with the Fleets. Escobar shifts to the left of the line, the tight end 89, the former Cowboy. And Nelson throws complete to Escobar, who goes airborne. And he gets a first down to the 30 and a gain of 13.
We saw this play run earlier where they got called for the offensive PI, and they come back with the same combination.
Really good job by the wide receiver, not running into the defender this time. And then Escobar showing that run after the catch, that athletic ability, hurdling a defender.
Yeah. We've talked about Escobar and his ability to really be a great receiver in the NFL.
The 47th overall pick back in 2013 with the Cowboys. Nelson now takes a shot down the left side, and that one is caught by Brown inside the 5.
It looks like Coach Mark is starting to feel it a little bit. He's calling these double moves. Here you're going to have a curl and go, which you really like.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 23. This penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
It's a gain of 26.
Well, excuse me, it was an out and up by the slot receiver, but still the quarterback puts the ball in play, lets the receiver make a play on it. You get a little holding, a little PI as well. That's what you want to do.
At the end of the day, Maurice, it works the same way. It's just great execution of the route, and this is as effective as a double move.
31-yard penalty, a 26-yard completion. And now the former Bengal, the guy Marvin Lewis coach, Terrell Watson, dots the I from the 5. And Nelson rolls out. Makes one man miss. Not going to make Ed Reynolds miss, though. Hitting the backfield, a loss of 2.
Yeah, we had a little miscommunication on the play there. I think the quarterback in the backfield got confused a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like the quarterback's supposed to go to the left. He goes to the right. Again, when you put your whole playbook in, it's the little things that happen where guys get confused.
The Jew Corey Griffin, the Georgia Tech defensive back, 41.
Nice play by Ed Reynolds in the open field there.
Reynolds, the son of a former NFL linebacker, league executive.
They say Bats.
This is the first time out of the half for Atlanta.
Coach Mike Martz spoke a lot about Philip Nelson. He had the opportunity to coach him in the NFLPA All-Star game. Philip Nelson was the MVP. He's not Mike Martz's MVP right this second, though.
What was that noise Mike was making there?
He was enunciating the word cat.
Mike Martz, who actually went on a first date at this stadium with his wife, Julie.
Wow.
That's good.
That's a deep dive there, Andrew.
He went on a first date with his wife, Julie, at this stadium. Ended up getting married.
Stadium's good luck then.
Looking for a win in the home opener here. Second and goal, that's Watson again in the backfield, 39. Nelson looks right. He's going to keep it. He's going to get hit hard, and he's going to lose 2 yards. The guy that you had with the Bengals there, David Dean, 95, was the first to get him.
Nice job by David Dean. David Dean really, we brought him to Cincinnati, played at the University of Virginia. He's done a nice job and was on our 53-man roster, was on our practice squad for a while, left us with an ankle injury at one point, just got injured and wasn't able to make the football team.
I tell you what, guys, Philip Nelson can't continue to take these type of hits when he's running either. He has to learn to get down.
Lost 2 yards, lost a yard, and now a third and goal. They're backed up on the 8. Blitz picked up, no flag for a hold. Nelson chased by Dean, and then is going to throw it away. You could only blitz 5 And Nelson almost got dropped in the backfield.
Yeah, nice job. Good timing on the pressure by the defensive football team, rushing the fifth rusher up the middle of the field.
I tell you what, here you have it. The linebacker's going to shoot the gap. The running back has to block him off here.
Does he block him or hold him?
He blocks him. That's a great block. If coach doesn't call
Remember
that
goes both ways there,
right. You gonna call the PI, coach? I don't call that hold.
I feel you.
It was Khalil Bass who got blocked. We'll call it. The running back says he got blocked. Donnie Hagman's on for the short field goal. Try call it 26. He's 2 for 2 from the 40s. This one shorter and this one good. So he is 3 for 3. Still no touchdowns for San Diego. They'll take the 3. They'll tie the game. We're 9-9 early in the third.
I got a million ways to get it. Choose one. Choose one. Hey, bring it back. Bring it back. Now double your money and make it stack.
This ride has no resolution. There's no finish line. No end goal. No awards ceremony. So ask yourself, how far will you go with nothing holding you back? Peloton.
Hey, what you bringing to football?
Freshness? You show how the ATL do?
Bring it. That way.
Can I bring my swag? Superpowers?
Tell them.
Can I bring my crew?
Bring them.
We meet again.
Hey, maybe. Hey, maybe. You ever see me? They start going crazy.
Can I bring? Definitely bring that. They're bringing it. How about you? What do you bring?
Monday on NFL Total Access, you've got quarterback questions. David Carr's got quarterback answers. Plus, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year Devin Bush live. Monday, 7 Eastern.
Our Skycam brought to you by Wheels Up. You saw Philip Nelson there on the sideline, leading his team to another field goal. Field goal at the end of the second quarter. Field goal beginning the third quarter.
Yeah, no, it's
3
okay.
consecutive field goal drives, and we're tied at 9. Matt Sims back with the ball for Atlanta. Former Jet quarterback. Seems like the rain has gone away, at least for now. Torian Fulston out of Notre Dame with the carry over the left side. Had a nice week 1. Really hasn't gotten much going here today. Gets maybe 3.
Well, we heard Coach Quell come out and talk about the offense getting a score right away in this quarter, and it's going to be important they mount something. They kind of got stagnant there at the end of the second quarter there, Maurice.
Yeah, you got to get back in rhythm.
Matt Sims certainly an improvement over last week, 12 of 15 tonight. And hands to Fulston on the draw over the right side. Maybe 4 more. Did that ball come out? He was down. Sets up third and around 3.
On our call with Coach Coyle, he talked about establishing the run and finding a way to get back to it, because he knew that was going to help this offense going and get this young quarterback going. And it seems like they're doing better. Obviously, they have 9 points. They're moving the ball a little bit better. They're doing some things that he's liking.
Yes.
He's got to keep that up.
Yeah, these 3rd and 3s are much more manageable than these 3rd and 9s and 10s.
Wadley checks into the game, 27 there on Sims' right hip. As we watch from up top on Skycam, Matt Sims fires complete to Shontavious Jones for a first down as Sims opens this game now 13 of 15.
Well, you got to really like the timing of this football play. The exact thing, the timing of the ball, Sims releasing the football as the receiver's making his break and up tight on his eyes.
How difficult is timing on bang-bang plays like this when you're a new team?
Extremely difficult.
Blue way side!
Again, operating out of the shotgun. Takes the by Alex Barrett.
Well, this is the thing. Timing, when you're doing those type of things, the receiver has to get off the ball first, and then you catch it there. Here on the play action, though, you have to sell it a little bit more with the running back so the DN can commit. Matt Sims pulls it out too quick, pulls out his belly. All of a sudden, the DN retraces and gets right back in your face.
Have a little patience and timing with it. The same things we keep talking about.
The fiery Matt Sims That fire not in any way extinguished by the rain that's coming out a little bit harder now. Charles Stanberry Jr., the tight end, wearing 80 in motion, and in traffic, it's incomplete. Tarpley on the coverage. Yes, he dropped it. It was Irvin Phillips, 82, Matt.
Matt says, if I'm going to take these hits, you have to catch the football.
You know, those are some of the things I have a little issue with quarterbacks, because it's not easy catching the ball between two guys, Coach.
Well, it's not easy, but if this game were easy, then anybody could do it.
You're right.
We have both quarterbacks mic'd up, and watching last week's game, Atlanta-Orlando, let me tell you, Matt Sims is fiery. I said that before. It is fun to listen to this guy as he is intense. And
come on, I got that off. There's no way.
You gotta love him.
I got it off.
This is the second timeout of the half. Atlanta, 30-second timeout.
Atlanta takes a timeout.
Well, it's the whole thing. The process. Speed up. Let's go. You know, that's from the sideline to the players getting back in the huddle and get going. Let's go.
Hey, they're going to give you Tampa 2 here.
Hey, if we run naked again, we got to run on the right side of the left.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. Hey, 11 out. Hey, we're going to go here. We're going to go trips left, 2-jet chip, deep.
Get out of here. Rich Bartell, the former Arizona quarterback there, is calling plays.
Yeah, you got to like, Coach Coyle is really excited about him and his opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it. And Matt says, I got enough help now. You go do your thing. Let me do mine.
Let me tell you, we need a separate Matt Sims feed. A separate Matt Sims feed.
Well, he's the son of a quarterback.
Yes.
He grew up a quarterback.
Akram Wadley into the game at back and running back. 27 there. Leaks out. Sims avoids a sack on the sideline, and he's just going to have to eat that one. Chased out by Tiny Tupou, and it's 4th down. The pressure initially from Jalen Robinson.
Inside pressure is the worst thing for quarterbacks.
Number 64. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is 4th down.
Freddie Burton, the center, called for the hold.
Yeah, you know, the Fleet defense, again, doing a great job here today. They did a nice job last week in their football game, and they just continued to play well. I told you at the start of the game, really impressed with how they played a week ago.
Coach, you played with a 3 technique. You had a 3 technique play for you that could get that type of pressure. How was it? How did that help your defense?
Well, it's so effective when you can get inside pressure, inside push. And obviously, Geno Atkins, Aaron Donald's in the National Football League. These guys affect it, don't allow the quarterback to step up.
Ron Brooks backpedals in the rain, fields at the 10, goes straight upfield and gets a nice return of 12 across the 20. And that is where San Diego will start things off in a tie game. 9:39 in the 3rd.
NFL Network continues its celebration of Black History Month.
Our kids need to see somebody that went through what they went through. You teach them to appreciate what they have.
I try to use football as a platform. I believe there's all types of ways to serve people.
I just want to show kids if you work hard, you will be rewarded, regardless of where you come from or if family has money or not.
Jim Brown was a great man who just also happened to play football.
My strength was unbending.
NFL Network's celebration of Black History Month continues Friday at 8.
The most important thing is our kids and our community.
Chicago has been hit with a major spike in gun violence.
We kind of tag teamed and said, all right, let's do something.
When I heard the stats about literacy by 4th grade being a big marker for success, I was sold.
It's really about bridging that gap with the law enforcement.
It's about laying a foundation to be able to create change and be able to change lives.
Our kids need to see somebody that looked like them, that went through what they went through.
Do it like it's 4th and inches. Every play is 4th and inches.
Today I'm here to celebrate the Lone Star Rangers and head coach Jeff Raber.
Hey, Dak, you want to toss a few? Oh, there it is. Dak to Joe. That's the money ball right there.
1, 2, 3, Rangers! Hey, let's play football.
Good luck this year.
Appreciate it. You too. As Philip Nelson checks back in at a tie game in a rainstorm here in San Diego. Let's take a look at the quarterbacks. Tonight's quarterback comparison is brought to you by Navy Federal Credit Union. Only 8 completions for Nelson, but he's led him to 3 field goals.
Yeah, you want, obviously the drops hurt Nelson. but you like to see that a little bit closer. You want that more around the 14, 15 range instead of the number 8.
Well, Nelson's probably had 4 drops, so let's say he's 12 or 20, you know. But and then that makes it so he's been effective. Just the timing, he's got to get the ball out of his hand.
He does have 4 drops. Sims at one point had 10 completions in a row. Fakes the end around to Owusu. They set up the screen here to Gardner. Not a lot of room to run, but he makes a couple of nice moves and gets near the 29 for a gain of 6.
When I got a chance to watch Gardner last week and watch some of his tape and study him, short area quickness, coach, a guy that can make anyone miss in a phone booth. You get him there, he's able to use his stature and his ability to put his foot in the ground to go.
Kids don't know what phone booths are anymore.
Oh, they don't?
No, they don't.
You never been to New York?
No, I have.
Okay, so let's say
short area.
You ever play Foursquare? In that type of box.
Gotcha. Much better. Thank you.
2x2.
Speak to the millennials, MJ.
Not like the box he's standing in.
2nd and 4. And it's Gardner again over the right side. Nowhere to go as T.J. Barnes, who once went to a tryout for the WWE, makes the tackle.
This is a big man. Played great football at Georgia Tech. Just, you know, Maurice said, you know, you guys had him in camp with you, so you know the big girth of this man.
All right. T.J. Barnes officially 6'6", 380. I wonder what his wrestling name
is. A phone booth.
He is a phone booth. Yes. 3rd and 3. Empty backfield. Nelson incomplete with a flag. It was Watts on the coverage. Brandon Watts. PI.
Well, it looks like they called that offensive pick again.
No, they're going to call
interference. Defense, number 58. Ball's played to the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Anytime you can get a wide receiver on a linebacker here running a whip route, getting back outside, their linebacker has to hold because they don't know which way you can go. Julian Edelman is a guy that made this route famous, right? Running those in the Super Bowl, running those option routes on Corey Littleton, just tearing the Rams defense apart.
Just the isolation on the linebacker, like you said, working in and out.
New set of downs. And the give again to Gardner, who again shows good elusiveness in the backfield. The right side of that line didn't hold, and Gardner made something out of it.
Yeah, these guys are trying to get off these blocks, get to an edge, get separation. As you can see how they capture the outside on the blocks.
Well, you have your tight ends that's trying to block down. He gets beat outside, but the lower leg strength of Gardner, being able to break those arm tackles, the SWAT there. I mean, you know what, Coach? He makes me want to get back in shape and get back out there with that 32.
In and then jump back out.
You know?
That. Yeah, I like that.
Juan Gardner, a little Humboldt State, once ran for 2,200 yards and 25 touchdowns in one season. Now the former Bengal Terrell Watson checks in, and he's tackled by the former Bengal Jeff Luke. These are both your guys.
Yeah, you know, you got big man on big man there. 2 big, strong, physical people. But the little delayed draw, run with Terrell Watson there. And it's not like it's second and long. This is a second and medium play, so the defense is ready to play that.
You said Jeff Luke's your son's favorite player?
It was my son. This is one of his favorite guys ever. He had a chance to coach him at the University of Cincinnati.
Timeout of the
First
field.
First timeout of the half by San Diego. 30-second timeout.
With 7:03 to go here in the third quarter, and Nelson goes over to Martz. Let's see if we could take a listen to this conversation.
We're going to run Dodge. Laser Rocket Dodge. Rocket Dodge on the bubble over there, the X. Make sure 81's in there for this, okay? 81, you got Rocket Dodge.
81's Nelson Spruce. Rocket Dodge, MJD?
No. Yeah, that's probably going to be some type of quick throw, right? Because you're just trying to get the first down. Maybe a slant and a bubble, which is the slot receiver bubbles outside. A flat defender, which is probably your linebacker.
Well, and I think you're going to have an either-or choice for the quarterback. You know, this third down situation, 3rd and 3 like it is, where he's got one play designed to the right and one play designed to the left, and we'll see as they come out of the huddle how it aligns. Yes, we got number 81 over here, so we're going to run a bubble over here, and we're probably going to have double slant over here to the offensive right.
With Watson in the backfield, 81 and 82, Nelson and Owusu to the left, and he's going to throw it to Nelson, who catches, turns upfield, and gets the first down.
So we didn't get that combination, but we did get a combination route on each side.
Well, yeah, they're going to run an option route here with Nelson Spruce, something that he excelled in at the University of Colorado, being able to give him a two-way go. Break inside if you want to, or outside if you like, if it's open.
And then the quarterback makes the read. He's got a man side or he's got a zone side.
When Nelson Spruce left Colorado, nobody had caught more passes in NCAA history, 294. He has since been passed as Gardner gets 8 with a flag, likely a hold.
Well, they got a lot around that corner there. That was the thing that you saw the defense cut off early on. And sometimes that means there's somebody who grabs somebody.
Looks like it's going to be on the tight end here.
Holding. Offense, number 89, 10-yard penalty. It's first down.
All right, so Gavin Escobar, the former Cowboy, gets called for the hold. He's a former Aztec as well. Pro Football Focus last week rated Escobar out as the best blocking tight end in the Alliance after 1 week.
Yeah, that was impressive. Pro Football Focus, does a great job of analyzing and grading the NFL players week in and week out. And the fact that they've moved over and now they're doing the same evaluation for the Alliance players. That's great.
6th penalty now for the Fleet for 49 yards. Backs him up after the hold. On a 1st and 20. He's looking to flip it to Gardner. That wasn't there, so he throws it incomplete to Escobar on the sideline. Looked like he was waiting for Gardner to clear, and he never did.
If you take a look at this, he's reading the defensive end. If the defensive end comes up the field, he's going to throw the shove pass underneath. If the defensive end stays on the line of scrimmage, he's going to then take the ball and work it outside and throw the flat to the flat. So, again, this is a play where he's got a couple of options, the quarterback making the read based on what the defense does.
Going back to putting the whole playbook in with Mike Martz.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
T.J. Barnes in the middle of that one. He's hard to miss. 91, J.T. Jones out of Miami, Ohio, also there. And a hard cannon move.
Second one, you got to snap it. You got to snap it, though. We got him.
Defense number 91 jumped into the neutral zone, causing a reaction by the offense. 5-yard penalty. It's second down.
Nelson's telling his center, Jeremiah Colin, who didn't play last week, you got to help me out here.
Yeah, you get that 2nd and long like they've got here, and the defensive coaches are telling the guys now, let's not jump off sides, all right? The offensive team's trying to get half of it back. Everybody's trying to get the same thing done. Here the defense makes them no.
So they get 5 back after the hold, and it's now a 2nd and 15. Pocket collapse, gets away from Barnes. Nelson throws it back over his shoulder, and Jeff Luke almost had a pick. What is that? What in the wide world of sports is that?
Trying to keep it in 3rd and 15 and not 3rd and 25 there.
Yeah, I'd rather my quarterback go ahead and get rid of that ball early and or take the loss, but don't throw the ball over your shoulder now. We're all riding with you.
It was 98 Tyreek McCord who got there. He got away from Barnes initially, and then the linebacker McCord had him by the waist. And did Escobar actually catch that?
Yes, he did.
He actually caught that on the sideline.
3rd and 16.
There's a flag out. The play clock was at 0 when Nelson took the snap there. They didn't blow it dead, though, so I don't think they're going to call delay.
We saw Patrick Mahomes make some of those throws back across his body last year in the NFL season. But I don't know that we saw him throw one over his head.
Automatic first down.
Wow, a killer illegal defense here. When they're backed up on 3rd and long, and that's an automatic first down.
Yeah, that's on everybody on the defensive side. But going back to what you said about Patrick Mahomes, Coach, a lot of these young guys, similar to the Odell Beckham effect with the one-hand catch. Now quarterbacks can start trying to throw these no-look passes and try to get on SportsCenter, huh?
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, just incredible athleticism, incredible feel for the game. And, I don't know that everybody possesses that.
You got to try it first.
I don't think that anyone else possesses that. Under 5 to go now in the 3rd in a tie game. It's Brown in motion. They keep Gardner in the block. Nelson. Once Brown almost got picked off. That ball hung up there a little bit. Carlos Merritt had his eyes on it.
Well, as I'm watching Nelson, he's not stepping into his throws, Coach. It seems like he's falling backwards. You can't do that. As a quarterback, you got to put that foot in the ground and step forward. Watch him here.
Yeah, again, he's just late on the ball, laid out, and we got to do a better job of getting rid of the ball on time. The other thing I think is he's going through his progression. His eyes are staying in the same spot the entire time.
The other thing as well, this is his first start in 25 months. Back to East Carolina days. Had a cup of coffee in Canada last year. Had motion there in the slot. That'll be 5. He had a cup of coffee in Canada last year, but didn't really play.
Offense, number 83, 5-yard penalty. It's second down.
Well, when we talked to Matt Sims, you asked him the question, Andrew, about do you like to get hit? And his response was, it was good to get hit, but not as much.
Right.
And I think sometimes we're going to start to see that with these quarterbacks and the development of this. You got to be able to take a hit in the pocket a little bit and still have the confidence to stand in there.
It's the 5th penalty on this drive combined on these two teams as the rain is coming down there, as you can see.
You know, when we look at this game right now, it's 9-9. And, you know, when whichever team wins this football game, the other team is going to go back and they're going to regroup and they're going to look at all the things, all the opportunities that they wasted and which hurt their opportunity to win this game.
Nelson asking for the play call again from his OC, Rich Bartell, on the sideline. He does have the in-helmet communication, as we have in the NFL as well. Out of the shotgun here on 2nd and 15. Pump fakes, pulls it back, and then takes the dig. It's caught by Baugh. They're saying he's down, though, before that ball came out. Marcus Baugh with 58 on the tackle. Brandon Watts.
This Atlanta Legends defense is flying around right now.
Catch and the runner's forward progress was stopped prior to losing the football. It's third down.
Well, the Atlanta defense had them in the 3rd and long the last time. Now they're back to 3rd and long again. So this is a huge down to stop this drive here, get something going for get the ball back for their offensive team.
And Coach Coyle said that this defense is kind of the same defense you guys ran in Cincinnati, where Mike Zimmer was a D coordinator. What are you expecting here on this long down distance?
Well, you see them overloading the right-hand side of the offensive formation up front, right from the start. You're going to see some kind of line game here.
On 3rd and 11. Spruce underneath. Turns upfield with a flag down, and for now, with the ball out, has a first down across the 30. Atlanta's saying back the other way as we try to sort this out. It's a first down with the flag. Runner is down.
Well, the first thing is we got offensive pass interference on the San Diego fleet, and then secondly was the football out.
Tyson Graham had the recovery. There's no official signal yet.
Offensive pass interference.
You got the OPI right?
How though? No
pass interference. Offense, number 82. The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. The penalty is declined. It's first down, Atlanta.
You know, one of the changes in the alliance, Andrew, is the fact that the football team has to challenge us, like not different than the National Football League. On a turnover, it's up to the head coach to challenge whether he wants to challenge it or not.
Let's see if this is worthy of a challenge. That ball's out. Nelson's Bruce turned it upfield. The penalty on the OPI was on 82, Francis Owusu, the wide receiver out of Stanford. But that ball is out. And Tyson Graham, who led the Legends with 11 tackles a week ago here, has his first fumble recovery.
It's always the guy that you don't see that gets the ball out, Coach.
Well, good job of guys hustling to the football. This is a big play. This is a big series here for the Atlanta team.
With sudden change and the toss here and the run over the left side by Lawrence Pittman out of Wingate with the Montreal Alouettes a year ago.
You know, they got to keep their tempo up. Let's get in and out of the huddle. Let's have good positive plays. Let's keep moving. You hear Matt Sims talking to them right now. Let's go.
And Sims has been, as he was last week, barking out orders all night, both on the sideline and in the huddle.
We'll see how quickly the play clock goes down there.
Play clock of only 35. Big adjustment here. That's why we've seen a couple of delays. And that's a first down. Pittman. Ball almost came out, popped right back into his belly, and Pittman is near midfield with Demontre Moore, the former Giants third-round pick on the tackle. Sims wants his team to huddle up.
Yes, running back here, following his offensive line. This offensive line for the Atlanta Legends has created some big holes, and the running back is doing a great job being patient, getting vertical when need be, too.
Green 80!
It's 8 to 12 to the 48.
Green set!
Low snap, again, Pittman the carry, and again he has room, this time over the right side. Gets by Brooks, and he puts his shoulder down, and he's got another first down through eventually Jordan Martin at the end.
Well, you got to really feel good about Lawrence Pittman, what he's doing now. This is a big man. 6 foot tall, 225 pounds.
Here we go.
This is a big man. Good feet. Look at it.
Coach running behind his pads, too. You see that, dragging guys for the first down.
And running behind the block of his wide receiver, number 10, Justin Thomas, the former Georgia Tech quarterback. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And now a collision in the backfield. It's Wadley, the carrier there. Moeller gets him at the line of scrimmage. Something wasn't right there.
Yeah, Lawrence getting a little blow there.
Well, when you have your tight end coming back to block the defensive end, he actually runs into the running back. Now, Wadley, out of the University of Iowa, did a really good job. I mean, when you watch his tape from a college player, I remember scouting him, quickness, could read holes, did a really good job in their zone scheme. It was one of the reasons that team he was on was playing really well. They beat Michigan at home, too, Coach.
Wadley's a guy you think would stick eventually in the NFL. You had him in the Senior Bowl a couple of years ago, 35 touchdowns for Iowa, and here is Wadley again. Wadley has room over the 30. Wadley spins at the 20. Akrum Wadley is pushing his way inside the 10 for Atlanta.
That's a nice job. Good development of the play. You see Matt Sims avoids the defensive end on coming off the offensive right side there. We'll see the replay here. Great job by him avoiding and then getting the ball, patience to throw the screen. Makes a nice, accurate throw for the screen.
Well, Wadley does a good job understanding that I got to get out in front and go. The linemen are going to be there just to get you started. If there's no need to get started, you got to go and make it happen. Some great open field moves. Nice pirouette spin there like he's a ballerina, Coach. Getting upfield.
A gain of 33, the longest play by either team today, takes him inside the 10. Again, a low snap, and they'll keep it on the ground. Shy of the 5, as let's see what Atlanta can do now in the red zone. That was Pittman on the carry that time.
I would go back to that running play where you're pulling linemen and you're blocking down and you're giving Pittman the ball, because he's doing a really good job of filling that offensive lineman as he goes through the hole, then making his move off that and going forward.
Well, we're second and goal here now. This is a big down here for him because we're getting into the time we're about to impose our will.
Yes, right, Coach.
7th play of the drive, maybe the last play of the third quarter. Pittman in the backfield, out of the gun for Sims. One on the play clock. Sims, nowhere to go. You can only bring 5. Seems like they all met at Matt Sims.
Well, on the running play like that, the back's in there leading. The linebacker's able to step up and fill the hole. They tried to run quarterback draw there.
When we get back, can Atlanta take the lead in the red zone through 3 quarters in the rain in San Diego? Each of these two teams, the Legends, the Fleet, looking for their first win of this new Alliance season.
The New England Patriots are Super Bowl champions. Gear up with the official Super Bowl trophy collection. Available now at NFLShop.com. Get your commemorative men's and women's Super Bowl 53 championship t-shirts, jacket, and official hat. The same ones the players wear on the field as they hoist the Vince Lombardi trophy. Don't miss out. Shop now and get free shipping. NFLShop.com.
Hey, Sticks, you playing football this year?
Let me get back to you.
What about you?
Should have drove over anything else?
Sure, try me.
You ain't never heard a voice like this.
I dig it.
Cool. Let me get the mic.
The mic?
That's what I'm trying to say, Rick. Whoa!
Sticks, I knew you'd bring it. They're bringing it. How about you? What do you bring?
I wanted to play football since I was like 3 years old. My family has been like everything to me. I'm out there playing for my son.
I use him as my motivation.
There you go.
Combine is make or break for me.
I always love the game. I want to do this forever.
Rainy in San Diego, his hometown, 9-9 with a 3rd and goal here for Sims and Atlanta. This game has 1 touchdown. It was Sims to Malachi Jones. Let's see if we can get another one, guys, to start the quarter.
Maurice, we're going to see some kind of high-low combination here to try to take advantage of the coverage.
Wadley in the backfield, 3rd and goal. Play clock at 1. Sims, as we look from up high, fires to the outside, and it is dropped by Jones.
Yeah, man-to-man coverage here by the Fleet. And this is all they say is, look, we're better than you. We think our corners are better than your wide receivers. We're going to play press man. And we're going to put pressure on your quarterback and force him to make a tight throw. A tight window throw gets batted down this time.
They brought the pressure there, and the one-on-one happened to the sail route to the corner.
Yes.
That's the throw you want to make at that point. You know, making sure he can cover him going outside, breaking away from the leverage.
Younghoe Koo, who hit from 29 earlier and is perfect this season, 3 for 3, is trying to give Atlanta its first second-half points of the season. And that is what he does. A 26-yard field goal has given Atlanta the lead. 12-9, 6 seconds into the fourth.
You want the NFL? Go to the NFL. We will cover it every step of the way on NFL Total Access.
The people that we have on the show bring interesting perspectives to the table.
We have guys who have Super Bowl championships and gold jackets from the Hall of Fame, just talking football.
I think people are craving authenticity. We get a chance to really go straight to the source. And it's that access that's so exciting and makes this show so fun.
Wherever the story goes, we will take you.
How do we tell people they get the best of both worlds with Sprint?
How about we get 2 sport legend Bo Jackson?
So, guys, you don't need me. Just tell people they get a great network and a great price with Sprint.
Yes, you can get an unlimited plan and an iconic phone for just $25 a month on an LTE advanced network that's up to 2 times faster than before.
Bo does know.
Switch to Sprint and get an unlimited plan with the Samsung Galaxy S9 lease and Hulu included for just $25 a month, no trade-in required.
And that's how you brew it.
My king, this corn syrup was just delivered.
That's not ours. We don't brew Bud Light with corn syrup.
Miller Lite uses corn syrup.
Let us take it to them at once.
Oh, brewers of Miller Lite, we received your corn syrup by mistake. That's not our corn syrup. We received our shipment this morning. Try the Coors Light Castle. Oh, brewers of Coors Light, is this corn syrup yours? Oh, yeah, that is our corn syrup. Thank you. You're welcome.
Bud Light, brewed with no corn syrup. For the first time in the history of pro sports, here's the app as fast as every player in the game. The Alliance app delivers revolutionary technology, real-time play-by-play gaming, instant interactivity, truly a game changer. Get the Alliance app today. Live predictive gaming at full speed. Call the plays. Unprecedented and at your fingertips. Available on the App Store and Google Play.
And that Alliance app is #1 right now, both Google and the Apple app stores. If you download it, there are all sorts of Easter eggs hidden in it. Fun stuff to find. Go look for it, see what you could find and enjoy. As we have a 12-9 game now. Atlanta on top of San Diego after the Younghoe Koo field goal early here in the fourth quarter. San Diego's had trouble hanging out of the football. We had a pick early on as well. Able to muster 3 field goals and now trailing by 3. Starting from the 25, which is what you do after a field goal or a touchdown. That's Watson running hard for maybe 3 yards over the left side. Bass was there. Jeff Luke was there as well.
They really like this little delay draw here, Maurice.
Well, it's funny. It seems like they keep running, but guess who's in the middle, Coach? T.J. Barnes, that big body that we talked about, 380 pounds. He's finding a way to get he's always around the ball carrier when they're running between the hashes.
T.J. Barnes, Jeff Luke at 64 pounds. They're big up the middle.
Luke is 50, Barnes there. Middle of the line, 93. Nelson with the play fake. And just missed him. He missed Brown over the middle, the Richmond wide receiver.
Yeah, you know, they're staying pretty conservative here with the pro set, just 2 wide receivers on the field and 2 backs. So they're trying to stay within themselves and really give an opportunity for Philip Nelson, trying to make sure he doesn't make the big error. But sooner or later, you're going to have to cut it loose.
San Diego
take a shot, Coach.
4-12 on 3rd down. They took shots opening up the 3rd quarter. A couple of shots downfield. See if they do it here on 3rd and 7. Flag in the backfield.
Incomplete. One at Escobar. Bass and Graham were there. 2 flags on the play now.
I think there's a guy in there.
On the defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
They're going to get bailed out.
Yeah, it's these penalties are very costly. We know in this Alliance League.
Without getting too deep in the weeds here, illegal formation. It's 15 yards. It's an automatic first down. You can only bring 5. There are other ways, though, as Kevin Coyle tries to plead his case and figure out what happened, that you could be called for an illegal defense and illegal formation.
Well, I'll tell you this much. With all the corner issues right now, the secondary issues that the Legends have, I would be going downfield more, Coach.
Yeah.
Cameron Kelly, the former San Diego State Aztec, one of 8 San Diego State alums, bottom of the screen, and that is where Nelson goes. Short, Kelly came back for it, Swan on the coverage.
Slipper-ass ball, jeez.
Wet football affecting not only the guys trying to catch it, but the guys trying to throw it.
That's where big hands come into play. Some of these quarterbacks, when you have the ball's wet, that's why they measure your hands at the combine to see, can you hold a wet ball? Can you throw a wet ball? And then, Coach, I don't know if you did it at your practices, but some coaches do a wet ball drill.
Well, you do. You got somebody that walks by and squirts the ball on the center all the time, and the quarterback try to figure out who was doing it.
We had that live on NFL Network a couple of years ago when Jared Goff was coming out, had Pep Hamilton and Hugh Jackson dousing a football. The delay. Gardner has room, and on 2nd and 10, Gardner gets 12 before Reynolds pulls him out of bounds. First down, Fleet.
That was probably the easiest run that he's had all night here. Gardner just following his block. Everything opens up for him. The Legends bring a blitz, runs backside. You just want him to make this safety mix and find a way to hit a home run.
You got to like the tempo right now of the San Diego offense. So he's back. He's in and out of the huddle. Let's go. Let's get back to the line and stay after it.
Gardner's longest run of the day now has 50 yards on the night. He had 55 a week ago. Across midfield, and it's going to be Gardner again, slipped in the backfield, put his foot in the turf, and Gardner is running hard again. He looks to be about a yard shy of the first down, but gains of 11 and 9 on consecutive plays.
This is where Gardner is going to excel. This is what he did for the 49ers. He's able to read everyone flowing to the right, and he puts his foot in the ground, and he sees this big hole. You got to go there and go get it and get your shoulder squared. Try to get as many yards as you can after contact.
Yeah, there's no question about it. The defensive end gets a little bit too far. Number 98, they're too far up the field, and he's not able, 93 Barnes, and he's not able to get back.
Gardner takes a rest, and Watson comes in, and Watson over the left side gets the first down. So San Diego last week, when it was turning the ball over, when Mike Bercovici, when they couldn't protect him when he was getting picked, turned to the ground game and got it going, and that's what they're doing here, down 3 in the 4th.
Well, it looks like that they're going to run the ball a little bit because of the weather, kind of get going, and then they'll take their shots down the field. But both running backs are running really, really well right now, and I think it's because of last week they leaned on it. They're like, okay, we can run this ball. Let's get it going.
There's Mike Bercovici, who, again, we mentioned was benched after 3 quarters and 1 big hit last week, watching from the sideline and watching Gardner lower his shoulder, go through Watts, and get good yardage as they continue to run it. 3 minutes into the 4th quarter.
Remember how I told you guys when it rains, you take your gloves off?
Yes.
Look at the running backs. That is a running back rule. You are not going to, when it's raining, you're going to take all the gloves off, and you're going to hold the ball with your bare hands so you can have a feel for it.
You're not going to tackle this big guy with an arm, and they're right now, they're getting a man on a man, and he's running to the daylight there.
Watson again. Watson has a first down. Watson drags Graham for a couple of extra yards, and San Diego is picking up steam.
You know, you really break the will of the defense when you can run the football downhill at them like the San Diego team has been doing on this drive.
That was great execution there of a counter play where you line up everybody strong and you're bringing it back weak. Guys are blocking down, kicking out, and your tight end pulls up and blocks the right guy.
Here we go.
There's an aircraft carrier in the Fleet logo, but they are doing their damage on the ground today. A 6th consecutive run. This time, Watts gets him in the backfield.
Yeah, not Terrell's best thing to get knocked sideways. He's got to put his shoulders and want to go, make sure his runs go forward.
Loss of 1.
It's so funny you say that, Coach. Running backs are we're all different. You know, everyone thinks, oh, he can run the ball. No. maybe that's Gardner using the speed and the ability and the quickness to get outside. Watson's a bigger back. And so you're talking about a guy that's 244 pounds. You want him going downhill and wearing down the defense.
Brandon Watts, who played for the Vikings, from camp for the Vikings, opportunity to come make a great play there.
Against Watson, the guy that you had with the Bengals. A back pedal and a handoff again.
I don't know how many times tonight, but that second down and long delayed draw that San Diego has been really efficient with.
Well, I love it out of this formation because all game out of this formation, they have been throwing the ball, protecting. Here you turn around and hand the delayed draw off to Watson, and he gets downhill. Now you're in the third dimension.
It's a gain of 8. Gardner checks in. Watson goes to the sideline. Run here?
No, you're going to throw the ball.
Ford and Brown to the left. Kelly to the right. That's Brown in motion. They need the 7.
A little sprint roll.
Sprint right. Caught, sliding out of bounds on your rear end, and short of the first down is Brown.
It's a little bit of mental error by Brown there, not getting the route deep enough to get the first down. They run the sprint roll right, and the quarterback's a good timing. He doesn't get the depth of the route deep enough.
And they're going to go for it.
As they should. This is a great design. Nelson sees his sprint right option. He wants to throw the quick flat. The receiver has to get the depth, not the quarterback.
Yeah, he's got to get the depth.
See what they do now on 4th and 1. It is a 3-point game, and Mike Martz is keeping his offense on the field. He has Gardner and Watson in the backfield. Watson's the up back. He flips it to Gardner, who gets around left end. That's a first down. That's a touchdown. An 8-yard score for Jaquan Gardner, the first fleet trip to the end zone.
Well, really, Maurice, a good job. Put Watson in the middle, fake the dive, and give it to the speed guy outside.
Well, you've been getting hurt by both running backs, so as soon as they see Watson at fullback, everyone's like, okay, here comes the dive, here comes the dive. So they all sell out on the dive, and you're able to get Gardner on the outside. Great run, too.
Jaquan Gardner, out of Little Humboldt State, scored over 70 touchdowns in college, and he caps off a 9-play, 57-yard drive. Rather, 9 carries and 57 yards for Gardner on that drive. And now they go for 2 in a 15-12 game, 3-point lead. You have to go for 2, no extra points in the alliance with a flag.
False start, offense, number 79. 2-point try will be from the 7-yard line.
Well, this makes it drastically different now. Instead of having to play from the 2-yard line, now the ball's back to the 7, and things are going to change as far as your play call and what you're going to do. And again, we're going to get some kind of high-low concept where they can take advantage of the defense, man on one side, zone on the other.
Well, Coach, earlier in the broadcast, you said you can't have those penalties that push you back. We see it again.
Got 2 tight ends, Baugh and Escobar to the right as you watch from behind Philip Nelson. 2-point try, a play fake. Incomplete. Wanted Cameron Kelly, could not come back for the ball with Damian Swan on his back.
It's hard to run any route there in the 2-point conversion that corner's not going to sit on.
They finally get into the end zone. Jaquan Gardner here gives San Diego the lead.
Nick, we need a decision. These days, we all feel a little anxious sometimes. But if you could see inside my mind, you'd find I go to my happy place. See, if we let tensions run the show up here, then our bodies won't perform at their best out here.
Wait, are we going to the sound check?
Priorities. So I'm partnering with Cigna to remind you that how you're doing emotionally affects you physically. Go for your annual checkup and be open with your doctor about anything you're feeling, physically and emotionally. Body and mind. Cigna, together all the way.
NFL Network continues its celebration of Black History Month.
Our kids need to see somebody that went through what they went through. You teach them to appreciate what they have.
I try to use football as a platform. I believe there's all types of ways to serve people.
I just want to show kids, if you work hard, you will be rewarded, regardless of where you come from or if your family has money or not.
Jim Brown was a great man who just also happened to play football.
My strength was unbending.
NFL Network's celebration of Black History Month continues Friday at 8.
Want to bring those ups to football?
Should have drove over anything else?
Sure, try me.
What about you?
Want to show how the ATL do?
Bring it that way.
Can I bring my superpowers?
Tell them. Yes.
Can I bring the heat?
Definitely bring that.
Can I bring my crew?
Bring them.
We meet again.
Hey, maybe. Y'all see me, they still going crazy. Still going crazy.
They're bringing it. How about you? What are you bringing?
Chicago has been hit with a major spike in gun violence.
It was kind of our idea to bring everybody together.
We show unity to show that we're not being divided.
We kind of tag teamed and said, all right, let's do something.
And it was just really great to have local police here alongside our kids, alongside the Chicago Bears, to just openly talk and grow relationships with each other.
If they get to know me, then they have an example of a person who was in this community.
Kevin Coyle trying to get his first win as a head coach at any level here as we look high atop SDCCU Stadium on Skycam, brought to you by Wheels Up. San Diego has its first touchdown of the new Alliance season, takes the lead 15-12. Matt Sims started well, but only one for his last four. Now, playing from behind. No kickoff, ball's placed on the 25 after the score. Justin Thomas, the former Georgia State quarterback, on the end around, the flip. And he gets across the 30. Brooks on the tackle after a gain of 6.
Yeah, good positive play here to start the drive. It's what they got to do now. You know, this Atlanta football team has got to go down and score points and get a touchdown on the board here. There's nothing to hold back on.
Well, you have Matt Sims, a veteran guy. Let him let it rip down the field, too. Take some shots. Stress this defense a little bit.
He's got a touchdown. Sorry, coach. He's got a pin. 2nd and 4. Brooks, the DB, blitz there off the left side of the line, and Pittman had nowhere to go as Tani Tupo got it.
Well, it seems like this Fleet defense coach is starting to sell out on the run. They're going to force Matt Sims to beat him, so hopefully he can get it going.
Well, the Atlanta offense drove the ball last time, handing the ball off to Pittman, so they're anticipating that. They bring the nickel pressure off the edge, and they're able to get penetration and knock it back sideways.
Under 8 to go. Big third down here. 3rd and 5 for the Legends. These two teams 0-1. These two teams trying to get their first win and even their records. And the new Alliance. Sims was not helped out a bit by Shawntavia. Right in his hands, and Atlanta has a case of the drop. San Diego has fought it all night.
It looks like it's contagious, Andrew. It seems, again, this rain, guys with gloves, you can't feel the ball. And so your gloves are wet, the ball is wet. There's going to be times when you think you could catch it and go. Not this time.
This seems like pass catching 101, though. Why are they still wearing gloves?
Those new millennials you're talking about.
Taking a shot at the kids, man.
I think he was talking with you, Andrew. I know he wasn't referring to
my
me.
fault.
No.
I'm older than you think, Coach.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
Delay of game there with Cameron Nizelek back to punt. Ron Brooks, you saw there, 33, set to return.
But going back to the 3rd down play, Matt Sims got flushed out of the pocket a little bit. He moved away from. Compose yourself and then make an accurate throw. Compose yourself, make your accurate throw. The ball is a little bit behind. It should be caught, but just a little bit behind.
Nizelek gets it away. Brooks had a 16-yard return last week. Puts this one on the ground, gets it back, and has nowhere to go. Bug Howard down for the tackle at the 39. San Diego, decent field position, up 3, halfway through the 4th.
Be in Canton when the class of 2019 take their place among the greatest of all time. Official ticket packages are on sale now and include VIP experiences, premium seating, and parties with Pro Football Hall of Famers. Get your package today at HOFexperiences.com. This is your chance for the experience of a lifetime.
The Run Rich Run movement is back. Rich Eisen is running the 40 to benefit St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, and so can you. Upload your 40 with hashtags RunRichRun and St. Jude to give all kids a chance to play 60 minutes a day. For more information, go to NFL.com/RunRichRun. Run the 40. Make a donation and a difference in the lives of St. Jude's kids, and tune in to the Scouting Combine on NFL Network.
Monday on NFL Total Access.
You've got quarterback questions. David Carr's got quarterback answers. Plus, Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year Devin Bush live Monday, 7 Eastern.
Seven and a half minutes to go here. 7:31 to go exactly on the clock in the fourth quarter with the Fleet on top of the Legends, 15-12. Marvin Lewis, Maurice Jones-Drew. I'm Andrew Siciliano. You hear about a 4-minute offense. How about a 7.5-minute offense?
Well, that's what they're looking for right now. This San Diego football team wants to really run the football. They did a nice job last drive of really handing the ball off and going downhill.
Well, you want to limit the number of possessions the other team is going to have and the number of minutes they're going to have and how many ever possessions they get. So run the ball, get first downs, get up slow, coach, even though the play clock's a little bit faster. Get up slow and try to run as much clock as possible.
We know when they get under 5 minutes here in the Alliance, also, when you go out of bounds, the play clock continues to run, different than the NFL.
Great point. Atlanta has only one timeout left due to the 2-minute warning. San Diego with 2 as Terrell Watson gets the first carry of this drive, and Watson is running hard. Jeff Luke got him after a gain of 6.
It's a great start to a drive right there. Running the counter again back weak. Tight end reads the play is supposed to. Running back follows him, gets you a good gain of 6.
San Diego's had a great 1-2 combination tonight with Gardner and Watson both carrying the football effectively.
Both showing they can play at the next level. Watson had 11 games in the National Football League, scored a touchdown with the Eagles, also got on the field with the Steelers. You had him with the Bengals. Broke most of Christian Okoye's records at Azusa Pacific. Got 6 there. 2nd and 4. And Nelson's got to keep it. Sprinkle came in over the top there, and there is the flag. Looked like a busted play, and they're going to turn it into a first down.
Yeah, Maurice, we talked about that in the first half. Again, you know, the defensive players come to make a tackle now, you know. And again, I know the flag comes out. He's just trying to make a tackle. You know.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 90, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Tracy Sprinkle, the former Buckeye.
These are huge penalties.
He tried to get him, Coach.
Well, he's trying to go over the top. He's doing everything he can to slide his big body over the top. Now, we're not talking about a ballerina dancer here, are we?
You're right. I'll give you that one. But you know, just like the NFL, they want to protect the quarterback. You have to have that always in the back of your mind. Now, once the quarterback runs you over, you have a little grief with the ref after that.
Well, also, too, I'd have to think on a busted play, and you see the quarterback running free in the backfield, you're smelling blood. Then Nelson started to slide behind the line of scrimmage, something you don't often see. As Gardner has big room over the left side, across the 30, the 20. Gardner down inside the 10, a gain of 31.
This is what we call old school trap, Coach. Old school trap, just a nice down, you're pulling guards and centers backside and all these different things, and boom, it just opens up. Great read by Gardner, putting his foot in the ground, getting to the back door.
He goes back door on him, Reese.
And then I said, I want you to make the safety miss, Coach. He must have heard us talking about him.
Gardner now is 98 yards rushing. Zach Stacy yesterday became the first Alliance running back to hit 100 yards. Gardner is now 2 yards away from doing the same.
Nice job by Philip Nelson there, staying in the huddle and now taking the play clock all the way down.
Play clock's under 5 now. Watson checks into the game, and Watson gets the carry. Maybe 2 yards over the left side. Barnes, all 380 pounds of it.
This is a big possession here. If the Atlanta defense can hold this to a field goal, we still got a 1-score game. And, in fact, to win the game with the 2-point conversion.
But if you're the Fleet, you want to end this game by scoring your second touchdown in the history of your organization. And you want to do it running the ball, taking the clock all the way down.
The math has been fun the last 2 weeks as you have to go for 2. We've seen some unconventional scores. And here it's 15-12. Out of the eye. Watson. Maybe a yard. 3rd and goal.
There goes T.J. Barnes against Coach. Again, anytime you run between the guards, Barnes is going to be there. You have to find a way to get around him or by him quickly so you can get up.
Well, you look at the interior of that defense, you got 6 people packed into that box.
TJ Barnes, Tavares Barnes, this Atlanta defense needs to make a stand now. 3rd and goal. Legends have to hold the Fleet to a field goal to keep it a 1-score game. Play clock at 2, and I think we have a timeout.
We saw the bunch formation over there, Andrew, to the offensive right, okay? And the opportunity with isolation to the left, bunch formation to the right. We're going to get some kind of combination where Philip Nelson can make a quick throw where he doesn't get trapped with the ball in the pocket.
1 timeout now remaining for Mike Martz and the Fleet. 1 timeout remaining.
Dart, 30 brush. If he's all got himself for the dart, he's right there, 30 brush.
Translate, Maurice.
That's a tough. It's a tough. It's different language here, but.
All right. Well, what we got going on is we got the single receiver over here on the dart.
Oh, so he's gonna run it now.
He's gonna run it now,
slant,
basically,
yes.
or he's gonna hand the foot based on the look, one or the other.
I
Did you see the game summary then?
That's the quarterback in you.
He is a former quarterback, something we were hearing stories about earlier today.
All those shots he was taking down the field at Idaho State, right?
I had a really good running back.
See what Mike Martz dials up on 3rd and goal. He has Jaquan Gardner, who had a touchdown earlier. Only touchdown of the year for the Fleet in the backfield. Nelson, delay, Gardner, 5. Gardner reaching for the end zone, and he is in. A 7-yard score, his 2nd of the 4th quarter, and San Diego pulls away.
This is what Gardner's able to do, the quickness. He finds a way to read the lineman, gets a hole, uses that quickness and burst to get to the 2nd level, and drops a shoulder pass and drag guys in the end zone.
And really, the quarterback's looking at the defense. If he felt like they were dispersed in man-to-man, he's going to throw the dart. He saw them with the safeties, both two high safeties, so he hands the ball off on the delayed draw.
And when you hear brush or anything that means painting, draw. That's right. Look at Coach. I knew you were part of that offensive staff.
See what they do when they go for 2. Got to go for 2. 21-12 now, 9-point game. A chance to extend it to 11. 4 minutes on the clock. Irvin Phillips is 82 on the left of your screen. And there's Watson trying to get around the right side, reaching for the end zone, but he is down inside the 1, and that conversion fails. So it will stay a 9-point game with the Fleet on top of the Legends, 21-12. The last 2 drives in which Mike Martz is dedicated to the run. 12 plays, 75 yards, 6 plays, 60 yards, both of them ending in the end zone.
I had a coach once tell me, anytime you don't feel well or things aren't going right for you, just turn around and hand the ball off.
Says
and
the running back.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah, you know, this game now comes down to those timeouts used by the Atlanta offense early in the 3rd quarter in order to save the delay of penalties.
Look at that, 111 minutes of football, no touchdowns. 5 minutes of football, 2 touchdowns here. As Matt Sims now needs 2 scores, and he's not going to get it that way. Incomplete to the boundary. Shontavious Jones there, and we are inside of 5 to go. You're going to have a running clock if anyone gets out of bounds there, but that was incomplete, so it stops at 3:55.
Yeah, Matt Sims got to use his lower body on this throw. You know, this throw looked to be all arm, and it just doesn't. He's not as accurate that way. He's got to use lower body.
89, the tight end from Louisville, Keith Tobridge, is lined at their slot to the right. Sims pressured. Sims dropped. Shakir Soto, the Pitt Panther, with the sack.
Inside pressure again, Coach. This time just straight bull rush. I'm going to get underneath your pads and push you back into the quarterback so that he can't step up and make a throw.
Yeah, really nice job by Soto.
Here we go.
Just walking him all the way back.
It's a loss of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 16. And with only 1 timeout, this is a huge 3rd down as Matt Sims has blood on that right hand, and you can see a bloody towel as well.
They got to stay composed here. They got to stay composed.
Draw to Wadley. Interesting play call.
you have to be conservative here because if you do try to go down the field, you get a tip pass, a pick, short field, the game's really out of reach.
You're down 2 scores with only 1 timeout.
We got to convert here now. They've used the timeouts before.
They got a punt?
It looks like Coach Coyle's going to punt and try to let his defense get the ball.
His right finger, knuckle there.
Index
you
finger.
See that index finger. Yeah, this is it's a tough thing for Coach Coyle here, but I think at this point in the game, you've got to go for it.
Yeah, I don't get this. Look, if you don't get it, San Diego has it. Great field position. The game is, for all intents and purposes, over.
Final time out of the half by Atlanta. 30 seconds time.
But if you do punt, San Diego gets the ball back.
The game's over.
And the game's over at the 2-minute warning, but that's it.
This is called difficult one. You got to go into that third down thinking I've got 2 downs. Yeah. And what you do as the head coach is you tell the play caller, okay, understand now, we're in 4-down territory here. He knows that, Matt Sims knows that, and everybody on the offensive football team knows. So we're just trying to move the football, and the sack took them back, but we got to get half of it back.
Instead of getting into 3rd and medium or 3rd and manageable, you want to get into 4th and manageable.
Correct.
Because you know you're going for it.
You're going for it. Really enjoyed talking to Kevin Coyle this week, finally getting a chance to be a head coach. This is a tough one. He's now going to keep his team out there, this offense out there. Matt Sims on a 4th and 13. They are going to go for it. Need the 35. Sims will be sacked. And that's it. It's a turnover on downs as DeMontre Moore gets there. The former Giant. Shakir Soto as well. And it looks as if the Fleet will sail to their...
DeMontre Moore was a 3rd-round pick in 2013 with the Giants. He's been a number 5 other NFL football teams and literally had the first sack in the AAF last week.
Yeah, Coach, he can play. All right, you got this guy here. They run what we call a game. They run a defensive line game, but he finds a way. And those are some of the things, a part of the development for offensive linemen is to handle these games, because when you get to the next level and you get thrusted into play, you're going to have to be able to handle multiple games by the defensive lineman.
Well, you saw the frustration there on former NFL player Pete Metzelar's face there.
Pete Metzelar's an assistant coach here.
Yeah, the offensive line coach for the Atlanta football team.
Long-time NFL tight end for the Bills, among others.
Yeah, he was part of those great Bills teams.
As now with 2:26 to go, time for San Diego to run out the clock. Atlanta cannot stop it, save for the 2-minute warning. And it'll be Watson. Nowhere to go. Swan, the second man through.
TJ Barnes just disrupts his whole play again, up the middle, finding a way to really just shut down the running game. Now, in this situation, it's 4-minute mode. You just want to run the ball as much as you can and waste the clock down. The defense knows that as well.
We're at the 2-minute warning. Mike Martz closing in on his first Alliance win.
Hey, what you bringing to football?
Freshness? You show how the ATL do?
Bring it. That way.
Can I bring my swag? Superpowers?
Kill 'em.
Can I bring my crew?
Bring 'em.
We meet again.
Hey, maybe. Y'all see me, they start going crazy.
Can I bring? Definitely bring that. They're bringing it. How about you? What do you bring?
The New England Patriots are Super Bowl champions. Gear up with the official Super Bowl trophy collection. Available now at NFLShop.com. Get your commemorative men's and women's Super Bowl 53 championship t-shirts, jacket, and official hat. The same ones the players wear on the field as they hoist the Vince Lombardi trophy. Don't miss out. Shop now and get free shipping. NFLShop.com.
It's a great day. We got football, baby.
You spoke my language right there. I'm going for
Will not go quietly into the night.
Oh, was that the bacon? This team is different.
They're loaded on both sides of the ball. We've got celebrity guests one after the other.
They call me a goat. I was thinking WWJD. What would Justin do?
Hey! We are with Carson Wentz, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Whoa! What a way to start the day.
It's incredible.
Whoa! That's why we're the best.
Hey, Sticks, you playing football this year?
Let me get back to you.
What about you?
Should have drove over anything else?
true. Try me.
You ain't never heard a voice like this.
I dig it.
Cool. Let me get the mic.
The mic?
That's what I'm trying to say, Rick. Whoa!
Sticks. I knew you'd bring it. They're bringing it. How about you? What do you bring?
The most important thing is our kids and our community.
Chicago has been hit with a major spike in gun violence.
We kind of tag teamed and said, all right, let's do something.
When I heard the stats about literacy by 4th grade being a big marker for success, I was sold.
It's really about bridging that gap with the law enforcement.
It's about laying a foundation to be able to create change and be able to change lives.
Our kids need to see somebody that looked like them, that went through what they went through.
The Fleet are going to get a win here, leading 21-12, and with the football, the 2-minute warning. Tonight's play of the game is brought to you by MGM Resorts, and it's a Jaquan Gardner touchdown run. 15 carries, 105 yards, and 2 scores. This is what the Alliance is about. A guy who had a shot in the NFL and is proving he deserves another one.
Well, he's a young guy who just got his shot a year ago, and now he's in the Alliance. And so this is an opportunity to prove that you're actually an opportunity that you can make another opportunity good when you get it coming to the National Football League.
And I guarantee you he gets a second chance as well, because the way he's running right now, a lot of teams in the NFL are looking for guys that can run behind their pass the way he's doing.
Now, we can pick it up after this play, but the timing of the league lends to that. I like this.
Nelson is going to slide at the line of scrimmage and keep that clock moving.
I like that, Maurice, where you call the running play and you and the back are the only two that know that you're not handing it to him.
That happened to me a couple times, and I'm going to give you a quick story with the new offensive coordinator of the Cincinnati Bengals, Brian Callahan. We played high school ball together, and he would call this exact same play, and then he'd be like, I'm going to keep it. I'm like, dude, I'm just getting in the game with you, too. I'm a backup running back. Let me get some love as well.
Get some love.
Wait, really, no one else knows but those two? The other nine don't?
Because you want everybody to block the play. I'll tell you a better story. I'll top your story.
All right, well, let's one-up each other on 3rd and 15.
Well, we got to keep it interesting here, Andrew.
This time, Watson does get the carry to the 15. Go.
All right, so Carson Palmer. We're playing the Tennessee Titans. We're winning the football game. I think it's 2004, 2006. I'm not sure. And he comes over to the sideline. I said, Carson, we're going to call the sprint, okay? And you keep the ball. And you only tell reject. And he keeps it. He runs for the first down, gets down, game over, right? Then we can kneel on it. I said, sometimes you just got to fake it. So sometimes when I come down that meeting on Wednesday, I'm faking it.
Donnie Eggman's on for a 33-yard field goal try. He has made his previous 3 today, and he makes this one as well. He is 4 for 4 on the night and 6 for 6 on the season. And San Diego is doubling up Atlanta 24-12 with 35 seconds to go.
Coach, you really had Carson Palmer run the ball? Can he run? Was he athletic back then?
Carson Palmer ran 4.6, man. Carson Palmer, that great, tremendous athlete.
Assuming this is now, and we are going to assume, a San Diego win and an Atlanta loss, standings look like this. Arizona leads the West at 2-0, but San Diego now right behind with San Antonio at 1-1. Birmingham and Orlando both perfect atop the East, with Atlanta sitting there at 0-2. Underneath them, a tough one for Kevin Coyle. Still looking for that first. As Sims is back out here throwing the screen, trying to get anything going with Akrum Wadley as the clock is going to run out. San Diego, big win for Mike Martz, 24-12. Sims is going to get one more playoff, but this is going to be it. Wadley again. Akrum Wadley has also looked good today. Yes. In defeat, he has looked good. Matt Sims has made some plays, but Atlanta's going to head home. Tough road for them, 3 out of 4 to open up the season on the road before the second half of the season at home. But congratulations to Mike Martz, Jaquan Gardner, and the San Diego Fleet winning tonight, beating the Atlanta Legends 24-12 to even their record at 1-1. Gentlemen, this has been fun.
It's been great, Andrew.
It's been great, Andrew. It's really been really feel good about San Diego, their ability to get some offensive touchdowns tonight. Feel good about the fleet.
And the quarterback play is getting better as we watch the game. So can't wait to see what next week's going to be like.
Even Matt Sims in the defeat as well. 8 games in the books, 2 weeks in the books. On the Alliance, we end week 2 with a big win for the fleet. 24-12. So long to San Diego.
Working right, comes off that read.
Cooper caught it on the bounce. On Mike Williams. This ball game is over. The night I will never forget.
Please stand as the Ventura County Sheriff's Department presents our colors. They are joined by members of the California Lutheran University Choir and Director Wyatt Morton. Cal Lutheran alumnus and former choir member Justin Meek was one of the 12 victims of the November 7th shooting at Borderline Bar and Grill. And now the Cal Lu University Choir will perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare of bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
To have lost one of their own and sing like that. The Rams have given over 3,000 tickets to first responders so that they could be with us here tonight. Now let's rejoin public address announcer Sam Lagana.
On November 7th, our community endured an unthinkable tragedy when another horrific act of violence caused the loss of innocent lives at Borderline Bar and Grill in Thousand Oaks. Tonight, we remember the 12 neighbors we have lost. Here tonight to light the torch as a symbol of unity and hope for our Los Angeles community, we are joined by Karen and Jordan Helis, the wife and son of fallen Ventura County Sheriff Sergeant Ron Helis, along with Paige Vusek, Ventura County Sheriff Bill Ayub, Assistant Sheriff Chris Dunn, and Sergeant Kevin Donahue. Now, LA together, let's count them down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Light the torch!
A beautiful pregame from that family suffering with such loss of a fallen hero, the first responders who we were able to thank. They served so bravely and helping us honor our country tonight. And now this game, 9-1 against 9-1, the first game between two teams, each averaging at least 33 points per game this deep into the season. Chiefs won the toss, they deferred, the Rams will receive as Butker kicks away to Pharaoh Cooper, who lets it go to the back of the end zone. So Jared Goff, he's only 24. He's playing with the command of an All-Pro veteran. Northern California Bay Area native from small Marin Catholic High School, the son of an active firefighter here in this state, in this city, that has been depending on those brave men and women more than ever before. The son of a firefighter is Jared Goff, firefighter who also played in the major leagues